Merry Christmas! Oh, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, viewers. I'm glad you're watching Afrique 24 Hours TV. Welcome to our talk show, a show that comes to you every evening. That is from 10 p.m. to past midnight East African time. And a Merry Christmas and a happy 2024 in advance. So here at Afrique, when you hear that bell and that Christmas carol, it tells you that we are in the festive season. The celebrations have begun. And as we are preparing to end 2023 and begin 2024, we really appreciate you as our viewers, and we also value you for taking time to watch our shows and participate in the debate that we normally have here daily. So karibuni sana, and as you join, first of all, let me apologize for starting late. We had some challenges with power, but right now everything is sorted. So karibu sana, as you join us, ensure that you like the video, you share, and also let us know where you're joining us from. So simple, you just need to go in the comment section and write comment there where you are joining for. Then you can also invite or tag along your friends and neighbors so that you can be able to follow and watch together. So karibuni sana. Today we are having a wonderful show. As the year is ending, you'll find that a lot is happening at the county level. So today we are giving you what is called a county edition. And in the county edition, most of you are aware of what is taking place. We are told that most of our counties, in fact, some of the counties, including the capital county, spent zero shillings in development, but the counties have been getting allocations. But out of the money that they've been allocated, they spent none of it in development projects. So where is this money going to? This money is paying salaries. When you go to Nairobi, you have some festivals, muko na masherehe, watu wanapiga sherehe, lakini hakuna development hata kidogo. So that's what is going to be top on our story, and I'm going to be joined by several people. I can see there's so many panelists here, so that we can be able to start up our show. So karibuni sana, na muhakikisha as you join the show, you like and invite others so that we can be able to watch together. This is Afrique 24-hour TV. This is a talk show that comes to you every night. So if you're watching us from Tembei TV, you're watching us from Leo TV or Afrique 24-hour TV, know that this is a talk show that gives you an opportunity to discuss matters Kenya, irrespective of your religion, irrespective of your color, or irrespective of your political affiliation. We are all Kenyans, and every opinion counts. And just to remind you that this show doesn't represent the views of the government, doesn't represent the views of the opposition, neither does it represent the views of a specific group of people or a specific organization. But the views that we have here are views of Kenya. So karibu sana, and I've also shared the link on the comment section there. So when you see that link, kindly you can just click on the link, join the studio, so that we can be able to have some candid conversation. Karibu sana, namwona Jackie Getuba. Long time. Karibu sana. Hapa ndio nyumbani, hapa ndio siku hizi tuko, na tunaendelea kusukuma gurudumu la Kenya as we weigh on some of the things that are happening in Kenya, just trying to bring solution, just trying to see what we can do differently so that the country can be able to move forward. Karibu sana, good year, always there. Happy to see you this evening. I hope everything is okay. Sorry for joining late, but already we are here. And I've told you today we are just going to look at the counties. we've had devolution right from 2010 when we passed the new constitution. After that, we went for the elections in 2013 when we first had the 47 counties being put into operation. So right now, from 2013 to 2023, I think we are celebrating 10 years of devolution. Devolution have been here for a decade. So that is why we are taking stock of what devolution has done. If you look at some counties, they can really appreciate, and they can really, when they look at the 2010 constitution, they say that truly this constitution has given us devolution, and we can be able to see what devolution have done. But there's some counties, when you go, you'll find that they've lost the 10 years. They have nothing that they can count. And today in the report by the Control of Budget, it tells you the counties that can celebrate and can appreciate the fact that we're having devolution in this country. And there are some counties that are really crying. People has got nothing that they can show devolution has done. Devolution have not changed their lives. Remember, the main reason why people like Dr. Robert Uko lost their life fighting for this devolved kind of government, the Majimbo system, is because they wanted power, they wanted resources to be trickled down. This is the real bottom up. Forget about the other bottom up. The real bottom up is devolution. So what is happening? Money has been trickled down into the county levels. But now what are the governors doing? What are these people, all these employees who are at the county levels doing? They're just earning salaries, but they are not planning for development. So Karibu, you can also give me your views. How do you see it in your county? Is everything okay? Are you satisfied that the governor and the members of the county assembly are doing the right thing? Are they giving you services worth the money that gets allocated to them? Those are some of the questions that we are going to answer today. So maybe allow me welcome my panelists who are here so that they can just be able to say their name and where they're joining us from, and maybe give some opening remarks as we continue. Karibu sana, Mr. G. Let me start with you. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Yes, those sides of the ocean.
Yeah, Mr. G from Mombasa, Kenya, and I think we are doing good, not economically, but health-wise, we are doing good, and
That
I
is
think
great.
we have something to thank God for. But I wanted you at least to elaborate something before we dive into this issue.
I'll elaborate. Don't worry. Don't worry. I just wanted you to greet the viewers. They've known you're in Mombasa. Who is your governor there?
The governor is Absoman Nasir.
So far, if somebody tells you to rate him out of 10, I know he's been there for a year right now. So which percent marks are you going to give him out of 10?
Out of 10, Absoman Nasir, I think I can give him 3 or 4 out of 10.
Why 3 or 4? Why not 10? Why not 9? Why not 5?
No, because amekuwa absent sana on the timeline. I think something that he stood for on his manifesto ilikuwa creating business as friendly to mwananchi wa chini in Mombasa. And I think when he took over, I think there's something that he worked on, that issue ya county ile inaitwangaje ile kitu ya county something kale ka certificate ka business permit.
Okay. Yeah, there's business permits and yeah.
So if you compare his regime alafu na regime of Joho alitumiza sana on this issue of permit kwa sababu alikuwa anachukua pesa mingi sana, but the guy promised that when he comes in atapunguza, and truly he alipunguza. And
so that one is what gives him 3%, 3 out of 10. That is 30%.
At least I can rate him there.
All right, so maybe just a quick question. You've told me mko wazima kiafya, and if you look at the devolved functions of the government, you'll find that health is a devolved function, meaning matters of health are taken care of at the county level. And when I talk of health, it entails everything that from having some balanced diet, doing some exercises, hizo majimu huwa mnaenda, and the medication that you get when you're sick in the hospital. So telling me you're healthy, how is the health situation in Mombasa? Do we have medicine in the hospitals? Do you have nurses, doctors, or Do we have the facilities there, or you still have to come to Nairobi or fly people out of Mombasa so that they can get the medical services?
No, on the issue of facilities and devolution of healthcare, I think I can give credit to Joho because Joho tried. You know, hii Mombasa, hii inaitwanga Coast General Mombasa. I think Joho
Yes.
played a good role. Yeah, and that is
Oh,
one
I
thing ambayo
get you.
inatupatia a mark in Mombasa because in Mombasa sasa tunajulikana kuwa we have the best facility ya health which is the Coast General, but since nani achukue, since Absalom achukue, I think kumekuwa na some issues kidogo pale, kwa sababu nimeona some of the doctors nurses wamekuwa wakilalamika, also pia patients
Mm-hmm.
wanalalamika madawa, but apart from even madawa and
Mm-hmm.
everything, at the moment sahii ile heshima ambayo tulikuwa nayo I think imepungua kidogo, because you will find that kwa sahii Coast General is almost kama ni private, ni kama hizi
Yeah.
hospitali ambazo ziko private. It is so expensive, although the only something that we can stand for devolution, but it is very expensive. I love sometimes pia unapata those guys ambao wako pale, they are so arrogant, so I think we need to work on that thing.
Oh, I get you. I get you. Thank you so much, Mr. G. Keep it here. I know we are going to engage more because today we just want to discuss about counties. We've seen report and we've been told that there are some counties that spent zero out of their allocation that they were given in development, meaning they were being given money and this money was spent in paying salaries, paying for travel allowances, organizing events like the Nairobi Festival, or if you people had Mombasa Festival or Siaya or Busia Festival, and the per diem allowances that the governors and the employees at the county levels are getting, and the salaries, the county government is paying the nurses because health is devolved, paying the agricultural officers, they're also paying the ECD teachers and such kind of things. But none of this money has been put into development. And when we talk of development, we have some long-term infrastructures like the roads, building new hospitals, building new ECD classrooms. So we are going to look at that one later, and we'll be able to know where Mombasa is placed. So thank you so much for joining us from Mombasa. And the viewers, you can also share your views. Just tell us which county are you following from, and what is your feeling if you're told to rate your governor out of 10, or to rate your county government. The county government, we are having the executive and the county assembly. So how do you rate them? Which percentage are you going to give them so far, 1 year into office? And not only that, you've heard Mr. G talking of Governor Joho, who was the first and governor who retired after serving for 2 terms. So it means you can also be able to rate your county 10 years of devolution, what we have to say about these counties. So I'm joined by Captain Munyewe. I know, Captain, you are not in Kenya, but you are in touch with the people at the village. For example, if you are in United States of America and you come from Homa Bay, you must be in touch with the people of Homa Bay. Specifically, right now that we are having some Christmas festives, I know your phone is full of messages, things that your people want you to send for them in the name of Christmas. So that one is enough to tell you the economical situation there. So the frequency at which they call you and the list of items that they request from you can be able to tell you whether they're doing well economically or whether they're doing bad economically. So that one gives you right to comment on matters affecting your rural county. Karibu sana.
Asante Nyabaya and Mr. G. You know, what I can say is only that what I saw, there's a photo I saw that told me or speaks a lot that this thing of wastage of counties, I think it is in line with the national government. Because I saw Baba Shalin kneel down na the governor of Nairobi. And there was a statement that there's a wastage in Nairobi. Nairobi hakuna kitu wamefanyiwa. So ndo nikajiuliza mbona sio another county, why Nairobi? You know, Nairobi is the mother of all counties in Kenya. That is why when we say wastage of counties, we start from the national government and then we come to Nairobi, the mother,
I get you, yeah.
then we move now to other counties. You see? So we are not, the people are
I
not
get
wrong to
you.
say there is wastage. There is a lot of wastage in our counties. When you see me talking on phone like this, you sleep today, you wake up tomorrow morning, hata jamaa anataka kwenda kuchukua bibi amekuweka kwa group ya WhatsApp na yeye peke yake ndio bibi itakuwa ni yake peke yake.
Jamaa anaenda
Hakuna
kuchukua bibi, amekuweka kwa group ya WhatsApp
ameniingiza
yani
kwa group ya
kumaanisha
WhatsApp.
ya kumsaidia kuoa,
kumsaidia kuoa. Jamaa wako kwa ndani wanaongea na wazee vile wana negotiate dowry, anakupigia bro, nimefinywa fine, uko na ngapi hapo ruhusa? Unaona, na bibi si yako, but you have to because these are
I
people.
see the situation.
You have to help them. That is why when we talk of failure of county governments, we talk it from the national government. They are not supplying to the county government, and they are not streamlining to see where are this money going. They send the money to the counties and they are following the same money.
I see.
Wanakujia 10% of it. You understand? That is why sometimes you see even our governors, some other time it is very hard for them to work in like kuamua peke yao jinsi anafaa kucontrol county yake, kwa sababu simu inatoka juu, tufanye hivi, nataka hivi, nataka vile. Unaona? Sometimes we have to tell ourselves the truth, and we tell our people that wewe umepewa kazi, fanya kazi yako huko juu. Wacha governor afanye kazi yake kwa county. Wewe tulikupatia kazi ya juu, fanya yako ya juu. Like Nyabaya, you know, like in some counties we have the incumbent governors. Kwa mfano kama county yangu, yule alikuwa governor, saa hii ni senator. Bado ako na roots, ana control county government of Uasin Gishu. You see?
So if I got you right, Captain, are you trying to say that there's a way in which the national government, that is the executive or maybe the presidency, is also interfering with the running of the county governments? Is that one the problem?
Before you finish, Nabaya, that question, did you imagine a day that there will be a day that Simba Arati will praise the president, William Ruto, Baba Shalin himself?
Not really. Not really, though. You know, in politics, a day is long enough for anything to happen. So you can't. In politicians, they're not predictable. Only few of them, but the level of predicting them also varies, because a politician might be with you today, then the next time you see him saying or doing something different. So you can't predict. But based on the stand that Simba Arati had and the kind of politics that he was playing, nobody would imagine that he would do that. And actually, that is why I saw so many people getting disappointed and overreading in his praise and seeing like, oh, he's given in and he's fallen in the bait. He's been baited by the president. So could that one be the reason why we are seeing some mismanagement? You've also mentioned something interesting. If you go to Uasin Gishu, the former governor, who was the first governor who served for 2 years, that is 10 years, is currently elected as the senator. So does it mean that this governor really performed and did some wonders, that he deserved to be rewarded and be given a different position? Because that means if there was no term limit for the governors, he would still be the governor. So is there anything that he did in Uasin Gishu that maybe is much recognized, that when you look at things that he did in Uasin Gishu, it tells you that the people of Uasin Gishu were really in their right mind to make him the senator? And maybe if he can be given an opportunity to become a governor again, those people can still be right to elect him.
Mr. G, I think Mr. G will have to be patient for us. We discuss what's happening in Uasin Gishu just a bit.
No problem. He is patient. He is patient. He is not complaining. We are here to discuss.
He has taken that stamina to maybe rebuttal, but no problem. He got our request as we speak. Let me say this, Nyabaya. As we speak now, we have scandals that took place during the regime of the previous governor. That is Excellency Mandago. And
yes,
even the governor who is currently there is now
and
complaining.
Don't forget,
that
there is. You said you have scandals, and I think in scandals, did you mean there's this scandal whereby there are some poor kids or poor youths who are promised to be taken to Canada? They've not been taken. Maybe they are the ones that the president told us. President said that next week or next month, there are about 10,000 Kenyans some are going to Israel, some are going to Germany, Saudi Arabia. maybe they are in that list of the people who are going next week. And I was told by the president also said live that there are some that are undergoing training at the NYS. So maybe he sorted the issue. So as you
But
say,
Nyabaya,
you can also confirm.
why are you embarrassing the whole country like that? Why are you talking like that?
No, I'm just
Because
asking.
you are talking of Wasingishu, but the
Yes.
president told us we want our youth in Kenya. Are you
Yes.
seeing? So now
Yes.
you cannot take only people from Wasingishu to Germany or to Australia or the other places you are telling us, and yet we have people in Kisumu, we have people in
No, I'm
Kiambu,
telling you this. You
people
know, there are people in Wasingishu who are supposed to go to Canada, but they did not go to Canada, and the president went and told them that he's going to sort out the matter. So if an opportunity comes that needs 10,000 people to be taken to Germany, is it not right maybe to conclude that maybe the president is going to start with those people? I'm just
okay,
But
10,000,
confirming from
but
you.
10,000,
Nyabaya,
10,000 from Wasingishu.
Yes.
How many from Kisumu? How many from Kakamega? How many from Kisii? How many from Kericho? Tell
There are
us.
many opportunities. If you do listen to our president, he said like there's a country like Germany that needs like 200,000 workers every month, and he's going to negotiate for Kenyan. So the president has been moving so far over 48 countries trying to negotiate some employment opportunities for Kenyans. So maybe we just be patient. We'll see these Kenyans going to get this work abroad, and it's something that
but
the president
Nyabaya,
says. Yes.
Nyabaya,
Oh,
when
I'm
you're
told it
talking
was
about
Finland,
being
not
patient,
Canada. Yes.
yeah. So you're telling us to be patient, but you know, when I was giving my introduction, I requested for some elaboration. I said you'll elaborate, but I wanted to elaborate, you to elaborate on something that I wanted to ask. The
Okay,
issue
okay,
is
it's okay.
listening to the president. I wanted some elaboration on a comparison between Mukuru Kwanjenga and the European country, because he's the one on that interview ambayo alikuwa anasema kuwa we can compare kama unataka kwenda kuona Europe, enda Mukuru
Yes.
Kwanjenga, utaona iko imejengwa iko kama Europe. So I wanted you to give
Okay,
some
I'll tell you
elaboration
this.
on that
That is
before we
why
continue this issue of patience.
we are having these county editions. Specifically, we are looking at our counties. What has worked in the county and what has not worked in the county? Before, we have a lot to discuss. Before we look at the counties that spent what and the ones that did not spend what. For example, you've already told us what is happening in Mombasa. And because you are a resident there, I believe that is what is taking place. I know somebody, my viewers, if you are in Nairobi, you stay in Mukuru Kwanjenga, you can confirm to us this new Europe. I'm told the country is on the right track. The country is changing. So who am I to fail to believe? So it is you and the viewer there to come and confirm and tell me that you see, Leo, you are just a host there, but I'm on the ground. Mukuru Kwanjenga is still a slum. It hasn't passed Kisumu. It hasn't graduated to Europe. So that is why we have this. So my viewers, kindly, we depend on your information. We want first-hand information. Kama uko Homa Bay, tafadhali tuelezee Homa Bay vipi? Sisi umejua hizi vitu tunaziona kwa TV. Tunaona Gladys Wanga amefungua stadium within 3 months. Stadium iko sawa, inaitwa Raila Amolo Odinga Stadium, lakini tukiangalia ripoti pale inasema Homa Bay haija spend pesa kwa development. So who is speaking the truth? So the only person who can speak the truth is the ground. So we are here to get that truth from the ground. So keep it here. It is county edition. And today we are looking at the 47 counties. Irrespective of the order, we can talk of Nairobi, we can talk of Narok, any county. But there's something that is screaming. Let me just show you what is screaming. What is screaming is the report is out. And this report is based on facts. It is not opinion report. It is not Sinovet or Mizani report whereby people call in radio and say, because me, I feel the governor is not doing this, simply because maybe governor alikuahidi kazi na hajakupatia kazi. When you talk of the control of budget report, this is a report that is factual, it is scientific, it is based on numbers. They come and check. We gave you 2 million. Okay, you used this 1 million in hiring a bus, then they put the report there. They don't just call people anyhow, limiting people on the road and ask you, did you see a road? So keep it here and let me play this video, then we will proceed. And just to remind you, if you've not subscribed tafadhali, you are missing a lot. You are missing a lot as we are heading for the Christmas, as we are going to give the gifts. What will show us that you are a follower, you are a viewer of a free 24-hour TV, we will check on the people who've subscribed, and that is the criteria that we will use to know who is supposed to get awarded. But not only that, that is not that important. We are having so many programs, that we have, like on Sunday, we have a special edition called Dr. Shamba. It's really informative. So how will you know that we are live if you've not subscribed? So subscribe now, turn on the bell so that whenever we go on, they give you the notification bell. Somebody is saying that CIA launched a roundabout. We'll confirm that, and I think maybe the sources are saying that the roundabout was not done by the county government of CIA. That was a community, a cooperative partnership that was done by a certain hospital within. But such information is what we want. Ni nini umeona kaunti yako imefanya? Mwingine amesema Siaya kwao they launch a roundabout, lakini the control of budget anasema kwa hiyo hesabu anaangalia haoni mali roundabout. Walitoa pesa wakaweka kwa roundabout. Maybe roundabout sio development, utaniambia. Homa Bay wanasema walijenga stadium, lakini tunaangalia allocation ya the first quarter hakuna, hawajaweka pesa. So does it mean the same way in the national government we see houses being launched, lakini tukiangalia pale tunajua vizuri hii pesa bado haijatoka. So it tells you maybe these projects were planned earlier na wametumia zile pesa za kitambo. Wacha tupate news hapa. Namuona Johnson Sakaja, sijui yukoje leo. Unajua Sakaja ni governor wa Nairobi. Ile governor anasema lazima itawak, na ni governor wa sherehe. So far we've had so many festivals in Nairobi. Sio mpira, sio kudance, sio kucompete kukula, sio nini. And this, as Captain have said, is the capital county. So you cannot talk of Kenya without Nairobi. There are some people, they don't know Kenya, but they know Nairobi. So if you tell them I come from Kenya, they're like, where is Kenya? Is it in Africa? But if you tell them you come from Nairobi, straight away they know and they can locate you.
Johnson Sakaja's Nairobi County is among 10 counties that did not spend a penny on development in the first quarter of the current financial year. The 10 counties diverted all the allocated funds to paying salaries and allowances and running operations. On the other hand, the Controller of Budget has ranked Governor Patrick Ole Ntutu's Narok County as the top county with the highest spending on development, 30% of its allocation. Stephen Latour reports.
For the period under review, the first quarter of the 2023-2024 financial year, the Controller of Budget has raised a flag over governors that have starved their constituents of development. During the period under review, the 47 devolved units spent 60.3 billion shillings on salaries and allowances and a paltry 6.9 billion shillings on development, representing a paltry 3.7% of the total allocation. Nairobi City County is one of the counties that is on the Control of Budget radar for spending 0 shillings on development, despite an allocation of 14 billion shillings. According to the Treasury Best Office, huge percentage of the monies were channeled to paying salaries and allowances and financing county operations and maintenance. Control of Budget report shows that the Johnson Sakaja-led City Hall used 176 million shillings in 4 months for domestic travel, 11.9 million shillings on foreign trips, 51.8 million shillings on fuel alone, and 28 million shillings worth of hospitality. Other counties that also recorded zero development include Embu, Homa Bay, Kericho, Kilifi, Machakos, Samburu, Turkana, Wajir, and West Pokot. The Control of Budget, on the other hand, ranked Narok Governor Patrick Ole Ntutu as the top governor in financing development projects, sinking 1.3 billion shillings in 4 months, which translates to 30% of the county's allocation. His Bomet counterpart Hilary Barchok came in second, spending 17% on development. Uasin Gishu, Vihiga, and Garissa counties also spent below 15% of their monies in in development. The control of budget also raised concerns over ONSO's revenue collection. Out of 78.6 billion shilling targets, all the 47 counties collected only 10.6 billion shillings, translating to 13%. This was attributed to leakages in revenue collection and management, as most of the collected monies are not banked as per the law. Nyeri Governor Mutahi Kahiga, his counterparts Patrick Olen Tutu and Abdi Guyo Visiolo led the top three collectors of ONSO's revenue. Machakos County collected only 2.6% of her target, while Nandi, Kericho, Lamu, Kajiado and Kakamega form the list of the bottom 10 on revenue collection. Stephen Leto, Citizen TV.
Oh, that's so interesting. So interesting. And just listen to this. The top governor is having 30%. If you are in school, then wanasema wewe ni number 1 kati ya wajinga. Sindio? So the top is having 30%. That is a fail. So not even a 50%. That is the top. So we did need even to celebrate that person. And let me start with Nairobi. Because I know even if we don't come from Nairobi, quite a number of us, almost everybody knows what Nairobi means in Kenyan economy. At one point, even Mr. G from Mombasa, you need the services of Nairobi. It is true, yeah? At some point, you always need the services of Nairobi. So when you're discussing Nairobi, Nairobi is so interesting. Nairobi is the center of the country. So in Nairobi, there's something there called domestic travel. So domestic travel are the travels within the county. If you live in the farthest corner of Nairobi, which is Githurai, and you want to go to the farthest corner of Nairobi, which is Rongai, it will cost you around 200 Kenyan shillings. Or if you are getting from a pipeline next to Mlolongo and you want to go up to the other side of, is it Kangundo Road? Yeah, where we are having Roy. I think those are the borders of Nairobi. It will cost you the same amount. But look at the billions that the governor is spending. The county is spending on domestic travels. Where are they traveling to? They are having cars. I think they can even use the city lorries and those city cars. Domestic traveling. Governor ametoka Kibera, ameenda mkutano pale Kariobangi. Ama governor ametoka Dagoretti, ameenda mkutano huko Kasarani. Those billions. But 28 billion has been used on hospitality. And my viewers, hospitality sio ile pesa eti wametumia kwa hospitali. Hospitality ni ile chakula, maji wamekunywa, mapochopocho. So where are we heading to, Captain? Let me start with you.
Because Nyabaya, I was trying to tell you that hata hii mkutano ya sherehe ilikuwa hapa Uru Gardens. How much is that travel? How much is it estimated? Inafika hata 1500 ku travel peke yake. Because you are using Brado like 4000 cc engine, whatever the case, sioni kama unaweza maliza 5000 kwenda na kurudi hapo county, because you are paying also for you to go to your house, maybe staying in Runda or Karen or wherever the place. That's a lot of money. That is misuse of taxes for our people, you see. Domestic travels, you see, even inakula zaidi, na ana travel kwenda haje na hiyo barabara hajatengeneza, anapita barabara gani? Ama ni highway tu, Nakuru, Eldoret, labda Mombasa, Nairobi, Thika Road. Hataki kuingia mtaa like mtaa yangu Kawangware hapo. I think now we know. I don't know how we can arrest our cases with these politicians, because now sometimes you are getting fed up with them. Someone else can continue from there.
That's really interesting. Mr. G, hatujafika Mombasa bado. We are still in Nairobi. Hospitality, 28 million. Sherehe. So, do you want a governor mwenye atakuwa anawawekea sherehe kila weekend? Kuna Nairobi Festival, kuna Githurai Festival, kuna Sakaja Super Cup, kuna Sakaja Super Plate, Sakaja Super Spoon, and all these kind of things. Or you want a governor, I'm sorry, when we had the Nairobi Metropolitan, we would see roads in town being repaired. We would see even though it was illegal or whatever, but he did some things. He even built, he thought of decongesting the stages that we have in Nairobi and built the Green Park bus terminus just next to Uhuru Park there. But currently, what we can see is that we are having street bash, the Chapati Festival, and all those kind of things. And you've seen from the auditor's report, 28 million has been used for hospitality, ya watu kukunywa chai na kukula mandazi na kukunywa ile maji ya dasani. So what is your take on that?
You know, Mr. Nyabaya, that's exactly the way Captain said. There is a problem. And, you know, we need not to get surprised with what is happening, because I think this is the policy between the Kenya Kwanza team. Although even in our own governance, our governance peer, they are participating in the same thing. But I think mostly it lies on the side of UDA, because look at how they are spending the hospitality, millions of money, just inroads. Hiyo tu kutembea Nairobi peke yake, they're taking 100 something million, and going back to the main person who is the president, angalia the trips ambao amekuwa akimake, going there almost 765 people, 770 people, 780 people going. Kama last week juzi ameenda Dubai, he went with 765 people. Look at how these people are wasting a lot of money for taxpayers money. Now development haifanyiki. So I think it is a loophole ambao they have created. As much as they are wasting a lot of our money and taxpayers money, pia kuna pesa zinafichwa. This is just a loophole ambayo imekuwa created pale so that they can loot those money. It's just looting ambayo inafanya kazi pale. There's no other thing. Kwa sababu you cannot tell me that just walking around in Nairobi alone unachukua more than 100 million. Kwani unatumia nini? Unatumia ndege kila mahali unaenda? Because I believe ukitumia helicopter you are taking more than 200,000 plus to fly from one place to another place. But now here they are just using their own vehicles. Kina hizo Land Cruiser. So I think they are just there to loot the county. There's nothing more.
Right over there, they are just there to loot the counties. It is true. The counties are being looted. Na si eti ni kudanganywa, tumedanganywa. The report is speaking for itself. And that is why people ask themselves, why is it that we are having devolution, but we cannot feel it? Eugene is saying, achana na watu wakule sherehe. What did Nairobians expect? Yes. You know, some of these things people are told. You people are just electing people without knowing the bulk of the position that you're going to give them. And I think moving forward, people need to define who a governor is, the roles of a governor, so that they should separate. And maybe if it was my view, people have different views. I will just have a view that a governor should not be elected. Because once you subject these people to some political elections, then you are likely to get somebody who is incompetent, because they know how to manage campaigns. They know how to get some sympathy from the voters. But a governorship, we should just do some interviews. It should be a way whereby you just get somebody who is competent, and they work under strict contracts, whereby if they fail even after a year, then we drop you, we dismiss you, and we bring another person in that office. Okay, I can see I'm joined by Koros. Mr. Koros, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, karibu sana. Leo tunazungumzia hii mambo ya counties. Inasemekana, sio kusemekana, ni ukweli ambayo imeweza kuthibitishwa na kuna ushahidi wa kutosha kutokana na ule mwenye huwa anapiga hesabu, anajulikana kama Auditor General. Baada ya kupitia zile hesabu za counties, imepatikana kuwa counties mingi sana hawajaweza kutenga pesa pale na kutumia kwa ile njia ya maendeleo, yaani zile vitu ambazo zinaweza kubadilisha maisha ya wananchi, ilhali zile fedha wamekuwa wakitumia kulipa mshahara, kuenda kujivinjari, kuwekea watu michezo na kusafiri na vitu kama hizo. Sasa sisi kama Wakenya tunauliza, je, tuko sawa, pesa zetu zitumike, tuwe tukipata pesa tunalipa mshahara. Watu tunawalipa mshahara, je, wanafanya kazi yenye iko na dhamani ya mshahara wanapewa? Unapata mtu anapata mshahara kila mwezi, tuseme kwa mfano kama MCA, lakini kazi yake pale kwenye assembly haionekani. Tuko na CEC wa agriculture, kwa mfano Nairobi kuna CEC, tuseme ni cabinet secretary ama minister wa agriculture, anapata mshahara kila mwezi, lakini ukiangalia idara ya ukulima katika jimbo la Nairobi, hakuna kile kitu tunaweza sema kuwa tunakuanga na waziri wa ukulima. Ukienda kwa county tuko na waziri wa matibabu, waziri wa health pale, anapata mshahara kila mwezi, lakini ukienda mahospitali unapata shida ni ule ule. Hawa watu wanafaa kuzidi kukula pesa, ama inafaa tutafute njia mbadala kuhakikisha kwa hizi fedha zinatumika vizuri kusaidia wananchi kwenye zile miradi ambazo watu watabenefit, mutual benefit. Umejua ukijenga shule leo, kila mtu ataweza kupeleka mtoto wake na asome pale, lakini tukikulipa mshahara, huu mshahara itakusaidia wewe na familia yako. Sasa hiyo ndio hali tulivyo siku ya leo, na Wakenya tunahuzunika sana. Na swali tunakuuliza leo, je, wewe umeona benefit ya counties ama bado unangojea kuona benefit ya counties? Kumbuka kwa mwaka huu tumefikisha miaka 10 tangu tuanze kuona hizi counties. Iliidhinishwa 2010, lakini tulianza kuona counties zikifanya kazi 2013 baada ya uchaguzi pale. So wewe mahali unajiunga nasi, county umeona kile kimefanya ama bado hujaanza kufeel county?
Hamjambo wenzangu.
Hatujambo, karibu.
Asante. County yenye mimi niko ni county ya Uasin Gishu.
Hiyo mzuri sana, hata umefanya vizuri. Kuna maswali kwa chokocho, tutakuuliza baadaye.
Haina neno, nitakuwa tayari kuyajibu kama nitakuwa na jibu la yenye itakuwa naridhisha. Swali la kwanza ni kwamba kusema ukweli county, tukiangalia kwa ukweli kabisa county imesaidia, lakini ingawaje haijafika kiwango yenye sisi tulikuwa natarajia, but kulingana na zile service delivery tunapata kwamba huduma tunapata huku chini. Ingawaje shida iliyomo ni kwamba tukiangalia katika mambo ya uongozi, kila kiongozi akija anapoingia ofisini anahakikisha kwamba amefagia ofisi, anaweka watu wake, kumaanisha kwamba ile kazi yenye mtu ulikuwa umeshapewa kazi ya kufanya haitakuwa na security, in the sense that wanahakikisha kwamba unapatikana na makosa alafu unatolewa ndio watu wake waingie katika ofisini. Those are some of the things zenye imeonekana. Jambo lingine ni kwamba apart from marafiki kuwa katika ofisi, ni kwamba kuna daraja nyingi za pesa kufuchwa, whereby ile nafasi unaopewa ufanyie kazi si kwenda kufanya kazi, lakini we ukae sehemu hiyo ili kwamba pesa zozote zinapokuja ipatikane kwamba inaenda kulingana na vile wale waliokuajiri wanavyotaka. So uvujaji wa pesa iko juu, na katika hiyo sehemu kama ingekuwa ni upande wangu ni kwamba katika mambo ya service delivery ingewekwa kwamba kila huduma ya county walipishe kidijitali, whereby unapofanyiwa huduma zozote isiwe unapeana pesa taslim kwa county, iwe inalipwa kupitia katika mtandao, whereby kutakuwa na ufujaji ya mambo mengi. Kuna swali ya pili yenye ulikuwa umeuliza. Kwa maoni yangu mambo ya county imeinua jamii ama la, ama imefaa kulingana na wale walio wanayo maono kwamba tutengeneze county so that pesa ama services zifike mashinani. Kwa hakika katika hiyo sehemu kwa upande wangu ndio, raia wamepata huduma, ingawaje si ile huduma inayokuja ni kwamba imekuja ikaleta tena shida moja, whereby mtu kutoka sehemu nyingine hatafanya kazi kutoka kwa sehemu nyingine, kwa sababu kutakuwa na ile watu wenye kaunti wanasema hii kaunti ni yetu, so sisi wenyewe nitakana tufanye kazi, kumaanisha ile umoja ya Wakenya inaanza tena kutawanyishwa katika yale sehemu yenye yameshatengwa kwamba ni kaunti fulani, wanasema kaunti fulani, wote kaunti hiyo ndio wanapata kazi. Meaning kutakuwa na ile, sitasema ukabila, but wenyeji wa hiyo kaunti wanasema kwamba hatutaki watu kutoka nje, na hali wote sisi ni Wakenya. Whereby ingesemekana kwamba kama ni kaunti isiwe wenye kama unapofanya kazi katika kaunti, mtu yote kutoka sehemu yoyote anaweza fanya kazi kwa hiyo kaunti, si wenyeji peke yao. Jambo langu la mwisho ni kwamba tunapoangalia wanapofanya rating ya counties,
Pole Bwana Koros, tumekupoteza, lakini natarajia utarudi, manake nilikuwa na swali kwako na kuna jambo Koros amesema jambo muhimu. There is this problem, Mr. G. When you elect a new governor today, the previous people who are in offices will have to go, then the new people will have to be brought in that office. What does this tell you? You have to think of two things. Number one, leo hii ukiwekwa minister wa agriculture pale Mombasa, utakuwa unajua wakati governor atakosa kushinda hicho kiti, wewe pia kazi yako itakuwa imeisha. Like you don't have security in your job. We will have new people. What does that one mean? Itabidi wewe ukuwe mtumwa wa governor na utafute njia zozote zile hakikisha kuwa huyu governor amechaguliwa, hata kama ni kutafuta pesa muweke pamoja, vitu kama hizo. Number two, kuna ile institutional memory, it gets lost. For example, Joho left and the person who is coming hawako wanasikizana na Joho, walikuwa ni ma-opponent sana. What happens? The new people will come there na wale watu wote wa Joho watafagiliwa. Tuliona Nairobi watu wa Metropolitan wakitolewa. How does that one affect us as a country? Kuna zile mradi mtu alikuwa ameshaanza pale, kuna zile programs zilikuwa zimeanza, umeleta watu wapya, kwanza mtaanza orientation, ndio akuje kushika kasi, ajue zile kona, zile milango za kugonga, muda utakuwa umeisha. Hapo nakubaliana na Koros kabisa, ni shida ambayo inatatiza makauntis wengi. And maybe swali tutaweza kuuliza, tunajiuliza hapa sisi kama Wakenya, inafaa tufanye nini ndio iwe governor hata akitoka, lakini wale wafanyikazi wa county wawe wakibaki, tubadilishe tu governor, lakini wale ukienda kwa national government na kwanga na permanent secretaries. You know, the cabinet secretaries are normally political heads. Hao wako tu pale. You can have a Babu na Mwamba in the Ministry of Sports today, kesho umpeleke Ministry of Kenya Power and Darkness huko. But as long as the permanent secretary is there, kazi itakuwa inaendelea. That is why we normally say the people who run these cabinets, who run these ministries are not the ministers or the cabinet secretaries, they are the permanent secretaries. Bwana Cross, karibu, ulikuwa unaelezea kitu, pengine unaweza malizia. Unmute. Okay.
Mnanisikiza?
Tunakusikiza sasa.
Mmenipata sasa eh? Asante.
Yeah, tunakupata.
Pole kwa hiyo jambo yenye ilitokezea, but kwanza wacha pia bado nichukue fursa ni washukuru kwa kunikaribisha katika hii kikao, cause nilipoiona katika kikundi nikasema acha niingie ndani nisikie vile inavyoendelea. Nafikiri nilikuwa nimemaliza kwa upande maneno yenye nilikuwa nasema kwa upande wangu, maybe pengine haikufika kwenu, lakini
sasa hapo mimi nilikuwa nataka kuuliza swali. Kuna jambo umesema muhimu. Kwanza nilikuwa nataka kukubaliana na wewe. Umesema kwa wakati gavana anatoka, wakati gavana mwingine anaingia, unapata kuwa wanabadilisha wafanyikazi pale. So wakibadilisha wafanyikazi, hao wenye wameingia hawajui chochote, inabidi waanzie tena ile mahali wengine walikuwa wameshaanzia. Sasa hapo ni shida. Alafu pili, hii ni swali nataka kuuliza wewe kama mkaaji wa Uasin Gishu. Uasin Gishu mumekuwa na gavana Mandago wakati tulikuwa na uchaguzi wa kwanza, akachaguliwa kwa mara ya pili, kumaanisha aliweza kustaafu pale kama gavana. Baada ya kustaafu kama gavana, tumeona watu wa Uasin Gishu waliweza kumpatia kura, tena walimpigia kura kwa fujo sana kukuwa senator wa Uasin Gishu. So nikikuuliza tu swali, hiyo inamaanisha kwa ile kazi alifanya kama governor ndio ilifurahisha watu wakamchagua kama senator, ama ilikuwaje watu wakaona huyu akitoka governor tumpeleke senator? Hiyo ni swali ya kwanza. Alafu swali la mwisho, wewe sasa ukiambiwa siku ya leo Uasin Gishu umpatie alama gavana wako kwa huu mwaka mmoja juu ya 10, juu ya alama 10, utampatia ngapi?
Asante ndugu yangu, jina ni nani sasa?
Anaitwa Leo Nyabaya.
Leo Nyabaya. Umejua mimi ni Mwafrika, nilizaliwa Leo Nyabaya kabla nipewe majina ya Ukristo. Sasa huwa natumia jina yangu ya Kiafrika. Hiyo ndio ile jina nilizaliwa nayo.
Okay, Mr. Leo asante kwa maswali yale umeuliza. Jambo la kwanza, lile swali la kwanza la kuchaguliwa gavana wa Uasin Gishu Bwana Mandago. Watu wengi wanaona kwamba Mandago alichaguliwa. Sincerely, mwenye alipata kura wakati wa nomination za nini ilikuwa ni jamaa kwa jina Karuri, si Mandago. Mandago ni ile alipoiba kura akapata kura katika nomination, so ikawa kwa sababu ilikuwa ni area UDA akafagia akapita nayo, but sincerely hakupita kura, hiyo ilikuwa imeenda. Alafu swali la pili ulikuwa umeuliza namna gani?
Nimekwambia sasa wamekwambia upatie alama gavana wa Uasin Gishu mzee koti moja. Umejua ni yule mtu ambaye alikuwa amechaguliwa kwa mapenzi ya watu. Ni yule mtu hakuwa na mali, lakini jinsi alivyoendesha shughuli zake za kutafuta kura, hata we mwenyewe ungehisi kuwa watu wanamtaka mzee koti moja. Kwanza koti moja najua ni jina ya kejeli, kumaanisha inamuhusisha na umasikini. Ule mtu kwa kawaida hana koti mingi za kubadilisha, ingawaje tunajua ana koti mingi lakini alichaguliwa na watu wengi sana na watu walikuwa wamempenda. So sasa hivi leo wakati umejua mtu amechaguliwa na kuanga na alama 10 kwa sababu tumekuamini, tumejua wewe utafanya yale umesema. Sasa saa hizi baada ya mwaka mmoja bado wako na 10 juu ya 10 ama amepunguza? Na kama amepunguza unaweza mpatia alama ngapi?
Nitazigawa mara mbili kwa namna hii. Kuna zile alama za kutenda kazi na kuna alama zake ya katika ile kutenda kazi, performance contract ile alipewa, na yale maamuzi yenyewe mwenyewe alifanya baada ya kuikuja kwa ofisini. Kuna maamuzi alifanya, alafu na ya performance. Unapokuja katika performance yake, nikimpea maybe 7 kwa katika performance 7 si mbaya, naona hapo inamtoshea. Amejaribu. Lakini tunapokuja katika sehemu ya pili, kuna yale maamuzi yenye koti moja aliamua alipopata nafasi. Unapata kwamba tuko na soko Uasin Gishu, ilikuwa nalisha familia watu wengi kabisa. Ukapata kwamba sasa ni mwaka tangu hiyo soko ibomolewe, ijengwa, hajaanza kujenga, whereby ingekuwa ni vyema kama ingekuwa kweli alikuwa na ile nia ya kuhakikisha kwamba wananchi wa katika kaunti yake wanapata nafasi ya kazi. Angehakikisha kwamba wakati kabla hajakuja kubomoa soko, hiyo kwamba pesa ishatengwa, kila kitu imekuwa tayari. Awapee notisi kwamba sasa nitakana mtoke kwa sababu nitakana wajenge soko. Lakini alibomoa soko na pesa hakuna. Yes, kweli hiyo soko ni mzuri. Hatukatai. But shida ni kwamba katika kubomoa soko angeibomoa
Ndio.
wakati unaofaa, so that wakati anapobomoa hakikishe kwamba wale wenye walikuwa wanafanya kazi katika hiyo sehemu wametengewa mahali pengine venye wanaenda kufanyia kazi.
Sasa hapo unamkosoa na unamuondoa alama, kwa sababu kuna zile decisions alimake ambazo ni za kuumiza mwananchi, na uko sawa, manake kati ya zile kazi ya county au jimbo ni kuhakikisha kuwa biashara imeenezwa kwenye jimbo hilo, ndiposa ni kazi ya county government kujenga masoko na zile mahali pa kufanyia biashara na pia kupatia watu leseni. Ingawaje tumesikia serikali kuu inasema kuwa wanaenda kujenga masoko, wanasahau kuwa nimeona watu wengi wamekuwa wakivutana, wanasema wataenda kotini, manake kazi ya kujenga masoko ni kazi ya county government. So wakati unasema gavana wako alibomoa soko na hakuwa na ule mpango au mikakati dhabiti ya kuhakikisha kuwa hili soko limejengwa kwa wakati unaofaa, kuna wanabiashara wameteseka pale, wamepoteza mapato pale, na jinsi watu wanasema uchumi ni mbaya, hapo ninakubaliana na wewe ukisema kuwa ndio sababu ya kumuondoa alama. So thank you so much Bwana Koros, na shikilia papo hapo, tunaendelea.
Niko na jambo moja tu ningemalizia katika performance na nitafanya kwa haraka haraka. Sehemu kitu ingine ni katika serikali ya koti moja ambaye kwa upande wangu sijaifurahia kabisa, ni uhusiano kati ya county na wafanyabiashara ama wakaaji wa Singishu. Unapata kwamba kama umeegeza gari ama kuna makosa, zile makosa yenye inatokezea mambo ya kawaida ya unajua, serikali hupata kodi kupitia zile makosa yenye tunafanya, maybe pesa ya kupark gari ama wachuuzi wangeiweka uhusiano mwema kati ya wachuuzi ama wale wenye watakuwa wamefanya makosa kinyume na ama amefuja sheria ya county, wangeiweka iwe si mambo ya kuharass watu, but unaongelesha mtu kiheshima. Kama zamani polisi unapata, zamani polisi angekuwa akikupata anakunyorosha kwanza ndio akuweke pingu, lakini siku hizi unapata polisi anakuambia naomba nikuwekee pingu, na wewe unakubali kwa sababu ile makosa umefanya. So hiyo uhusiano mwema kati ya raia wa county wenye wametenda kinyume na sheria ya county, wangeiweka watu wenye wana ile ufahamu ya kuongelesha watu kwa uzuri kwamba ndugu yangu, hujalipa parking ya gari, naomba niweke nifunge gari lako. Ama akishafunga gari yako asikutusi, akwambie kwamba nenda ofisi fulani utasaidika huko. Lakini unapata hapa anafunga gari yako alafu anakutusi ati uone unapakije gari na hujalipa. Na
kidogo Koros, naona captain anainua mkono, pengine ako na swali, na umejua wakati mtu ana swali tunampatia nafasi, pengine unaweza malizia na aje akasahau swali lake. Captain, shida iko wapi?
Jambo sana ndugu yangu Koros. Ya mweneo?
Yes.
Okay. I also reside from the same county, but
Yes.
There is somewhere I think I'll want koti moja akuwe kando kidogo, kwa sababu hata yeye mwenyewe amejitokeza vizuri sana na akasema ameongea na wale wafanyikazi wa county, amewaambia wapeleke wananchi polepole. Kuna video hata ningecheza, lakini hiyo simu siwezi, sitaki nigusa hiyo simu, sitatoka hapo. Ameambia wafanyikazi wa county, wale kanjo, wale wa kukata parking, pelekeni wananchi polepole, muongeleshe wananchi polepole, muache kukimbiza wananchi. Na Koros, hata wewe unajua mwenyewe wafanyikazi wale wako county saizi sio koti moja aliwaweka pale. Wale wafanyikazi wako pale, they are there from the previous county government, you understand? Ni watu wa Mandago, na imekuja kwamba iko vita wanavutana kati ya senator Mandago na koti moja. So wale watu wa Mandago wanajaribu kuharibu jina ya koti moja kwa kuharass wananchi, Unaona, hata ulisikia koti moja one day akisema mnafanya mkutano usiku. Mkutano ni ya nini? Naye Mandago huku anasema wale watu mnasema ni watu wangu, si ni watu wa wananchi wa Kenya? Mbona mnataka kuwafuta kazi eti kwa sababu niliondoka county? So kuna ile mvutano, but in reality koti moja amejaribu ku streamline hiyo njia ya county government askaris and the parking attendants, kwamba wapeleke wananchi wa Kenya in a good way, sio kuharas. Hivyo ndio naweza sema.
Asante sana. Mr. G, swali?
Kuna mkono hapo bado.
Wacha ulize swali. Asifungiwe.
Yeah, it's not about the question. It's just something that I want to add. Hao watu ambao wanachukuliwa kama askaris. These people ni wale jamaa, most of them now are drunkards. Hao jamaa wanavuta bangi, hao walevi ambao wana kampenia hao watu. So when they come, like governor anakuja, anachukua watu. In fact, these people, most of them hata hawajaenda shuleni. These are just kama hapa Mombasa. Time ya Joho walikuwa ni wengi, na wale watu wa maunga. So those people wakija mahali wanapata watu wanafanya biashara zao and they harass them, mpaka unashangaa huyu mtu kwani hafikiri, anakuja na kutupia vitu zako, anavunja vitu zako, and they don't think. I think these people should, we should put a law whereby kama haujasoma na kama wewe ni mtu ambaye unakaa teja, wewe mtu mlevi nini, asikushike hiyo kazi, atufanye hiyo kazi, kwa sababu watu wanachukua watu ambao hawajielewa, na kwa pale ndio jamaa anakuja kwanza wanaua watu, wanaua kabisa watu ama askari wa county, kwa sababu hawajielewi, hawafai kabisa watu.
Nichukue nafasi
Mr. G. Hata Koros ukimalizia, wacha niambie my viewers, this is county edition and today we are just looking at the counties. Umesikia tumeanza pale Mombasani, ndiposa siku ya leo nasikia tunazungumza Kiswahili, ingawaje sio sanifu, lakini tunajaribu. Pale Mombasani tumepatana na Mr. G ambaye ameweza kuelezea jinsi hali ilivyo huko. Vile vile tukafika hapa Bonde la Ufa, tumepatana na Kim Koros ambaye anatuelezea, mnajua tukizungumzia Uasin Gishu, hapo tunazungumzia mahali inaitwa Eldoret. Nakumbuka Eldoret kuna international airport. Atatuelezea ni nini hufanyika kwenye hiyo international airport ya Eldoret. Mnajua, kumbuka Eldoret sasa hiyo ndio county ya rais wa 5 wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, ambaye pia aliweza kuwa mbunge wa Eldoret North constituency. Na tunapata kuwa kuna zile vitu zinafanana, kuna zile hisia za watu wa Pwani zinafanana na hisia za watu wa Eldoret. Kuna jinsi watu wanasema kuwa wale makanjo, wale askari rasmi wa jimbo hawanafahamu, hawajui kudili na watu. So inamaanisha kuwa customer service yao, the customer relationship iko chini. Na the same thing inafanyika Uasin Gishu. Kuna zile vitu mtu ametuambia imefanyika mzuri pale Mombasa, anaweza kushukuru gavana wake. Vile vile Uasin Gishu pia tumeambiwa yale mazuri yametendeka, na baada ya kusema mazuri tunasema mabaya. So hatuko hapa ukashifu serikali, bali tuko hapa kusema yale mazuri serikali imetenda na mabaya serikali imetenda. So wewe hapo kwenye comment section, kama unaweza jiunga nasi kwenye studio na tuweze kuzungumza, na kama pengine kwa njia moja au nyingine hauwezi jiunga nasi, unaweza andika arafa hapo. Hapa ni Afrique 24 Hour TV and we wish you happy festives, yani a Merry Christmas and a happy prosperous 2024. Imebaki siku 3 tu na tuweze kusherehekea sikukuu ya Christmas. Yani huu ni ule mwezi wa upendo, ni ule mwezi wa kusherehekea, na hata sisi tunakusherehekea kama mtazamaji. Koros, unaweza malizia? Karibu. Pia namuona Melkizedek Odhiambo, yeye pia atatuambia kaunti lake au kaunti yake ni gani na anahisia gani. Koros, acha nikupatia nafasi uweze kumalizia, na pia nikikaribisha mwenzangu Jax.
Nitachukua dakika moja nafikiri kwa kumalizia. Wanaposema kwamba wafanyikazi walikuwa wa Mandago, hiyo jambo mimi sikubaliane nalo, kwamba kama mtu alishapewa contract ya kazi afanye kazi yake, na kama aliandikwa na Mandago, si Mandago ndio CEO, mwenyako anakalia kiti ni koti moja, kwa hivyo wafanye kazi vile koti moja anavyotaka. Kuna jambo ndugu yangu amesema kwamba watu wanakuwa ni walevi. Wale askari wa kaunti ya Uasin Gishu sijawahi ona mlevi, ni watu wako soba. So wanapofanya yenye wanafanya kwa kujua kenye wanafanya. And you find that at times maybe huyo mwenye kama walikufungia gari pengine alikataa kupewa kitu ama kitu, something ndio wanaanza kumrudia, maybe that is the case, but si walevi, ni watu wako timamu kabisa. And I like the chief officer wa mwenye anasimamia enforcement Uasin Gishu County, yeye acheki na wafanyikazi wake, ukifanya makosa ana deal na wewe. Nafikiri ni hayo tu ndio naweza sema, lakini kuna hiyo sehemu ya wafanyikazi wa Mandago. Hatuna wafanyikazi wa Mandago. Mtu yote mwenye alipewa kazi anastahili kufanya kazi yake, si kwa sababu ati Mandago alimpea kazi ama nani alimpea kazi. Nafikiri ni hayo tu kwa upande wangu, asanteni.
Asante sana na tunakukaribisha tena. Mr. G Captain, dakika moja tu. Aendi Koros yuko, hata kama atakuwa ameondoka kidogo yuko anafuatilia, na kama kuna swali najua bado atachangia, manake this topic is wide. We are having 47 counties. Actually, we will not be able to finish it. I can see on the comment section somebody is telling me Siaya has an office of deputy governor with a seat worth 1 million. Somebody is also saying that I remember, that is Goodyear. I remember the golden chair bought in Siaya. It was even trending on social media. So those are some of the things that are happening in your county. Each and every county, there is that funny thing that the governors or the people in leadership are doing that are catching your eye. The first county government, kulikuwa na news Bungoma whereby the governor alinunua wheelbarrow ya 400,000 na the same governor akanunua gate ya 1 million, lakini the hospital yenye waliwekea gate ya 1 million haikuwa na fence. So this kind of things happen. That is what devolution is giving us. Kuna yale mazuri, kuna mabaya, na kuna yale pia ya kuchekesha. Yufin is saying there's nothing to marry about in Kenya. Pen Nyagaka, karibu sana. Na pia unaweza jiunga nasi utuambie ni yepi yanaendelea huko kaunti yako ya Kisii, na mna mpango gani, na unamuona gavana wako Simba Arati ama ule gavana mwingine Nyagarama akiendesha Nyamira County vipi? So sijui nianze na nani, nianze na Jex ama nianze na Melkizedek? Jex najua ni mwenyeji, yeye yuko hapa, hata sifai kuanza na yeye mwenyewe atajiingiza tu, atatafuta mahali aingize kichwa. Wacha nianze na Melkizedek. Umejua ni siku mingi hatujamuona Melkizedek. Karibu sana kwenye studio. Feel at home. This is a free 24 hours. We are unlocking the African stories. So today we are in Kenya. We are looking at the 47 counties. Tuambie wewe unatoka kaunti gani, na hata baada ya kutusalimia tafadhali, swali nilikuwa nauliza kila mtu, wewe gavana wako unampatia alama ngapi out of 10? Alafu ndio tuambie sababu. Karibu.
Yes, habari zenu.
Hello.
I think you will be back maybe soon. Ameitwa kazini kidogo. So my question was
uliza swali alafu Jex anaweza zungumza, atuambia kwa kaunti gani. Naambiwa kaunti yake stima inapotea sijui ni kwa nini. Yes, Captain.
Swali langu ilikuwa kwa Koros kwamba hakuna mtu amesema wale wafanyikazi wako county ni wa Mandago. Mandago himself ameenda pale ziwa juzi wakifungua kuia kwa kukausha mahindi, na akaambia governor, wale watu wangu niliwaandika kazi pale, mbona unawasumbua? Yeye mwenyewe alisema, na hizo video ziko. Alafu kama unakumbuka ule msichana alichomeka na moto baada ya askari wa county kwenda pale soko na akasukuma mafuta ya samaki ikiwa moto, akasukumia ule nani alikuwa anapita, I think passenger, yes, si passenger, pedestrian alikuwa anapita na akarusha ile karai ya kuchoma samaki ikiwa na mafuta moto. Mwenye alikuwa anapita akachomeka mguu, aliishi referral 1 month. Hakuna mtu alilibia bill. Message ilikuja kwa WhatsApp, tukachanga pesa kwa WhatsApp hapa tumtoe, lakini county government wakavisit only just once, na hakuna mtu aligharamia hiyo bill. You see, but saying that watu wa Jackson Mandago sijui wanafanyiwa nini ama nini, there is nothing like that. Jackson Mandago himself has been calling his people at night. Wanakutana wanafanya mkutano usiku to be against the current government, the government of Kutimoja. Are you seeing? So don't defend Jackson Mandago by all means, but defend
Mambo
Jackson
ni
Mandago
mengi, masaa ndio machache.
using
Captain,
all defensive mechanism that sounds reasonable to him.
mambo ni mengi, masaa ndio machache. Huyo ni captain mwenyewe, yeye ni mkaaji wa Uasin Gishu County na Koros pia ni mkaaji wa Uasin Gishu County. Utapata kuwa mahali watu wamekaa, watu wanatofautiana kwenye mawazo au mafikra. We have different opinion. There's somebody who sees something being well and another person will have to view it differently. So everybody is entitled to their view and their opinion. So there is no opinion that is wrong and there's no opinion that is right. So the opinion depends with you how you take it. So
I'm going.
Melchizedek, are you ready or I give it to Jax?
Yeah, I will just say one or two things
All right.
because I'm
Proceed.
in the house
Okay.
right now. Finish my work. So far, I'm coming from Homa Bay County, but I've been away for long, so I cannot say anything there because things are on the ground. So it's very difficult to lie in front of people that there is something that I know. So I've been away so long, so I don't know what is happening there unless I visit the place. Yeah.
Great. I know you don't know, you were not on the ground. That is really good, but kuna ile information uko nayo. Wale siku hizi kuna WhatsApp, kuna zile picha wanakutumia, wanakwambia Melchizedek, leo governor amenunua mpira mpya, leo governor amepeana ng'ombe, leo tuko na mazishi hapa, lakini tumeenda Homa Bay County referral na tumeambiwa hakuna madawa, hebu tutumie 500 hapo tuende tununue dawa. So the world is global. That is why in this channel we welcome people from different places and we allow them to contribute on matters within the country, because you can be miles away, but through that phone you are connected with your people. And actually some people who are away are more connected with the village than the people who are in the village themselves. There is somebody, wakati kuna shida imempata kidogo tu, hata landlord amempigia simu akamwambia tarehe imefika, badala ya kupigia jirani atapigia yule mtu mwenye ako mbali, na kwa hiyo njia unapata kuwa you are connected. This county edition, Jax, karibu sana, na pia wewe uweze kutuambia where you are, nini naendelea na kwa nini tunasikia hakuna stima huko.
Ladies and gentlemen, hi, how are you? Good to see you, great to have you. I am glad to be part of this great conversation. Wadau karibuni sana. I am Jax, the moderator. And of course, kama kawa, kama dawa, lazima tuwe na show kama hii, midaa kama hii. See my good friend Captain amejaja, Mr. Jindo huyo, tabasamu imejaja. I'm sure kaunti yake inafanya vyema. Mr. Kim Koros, I see you. I hope Mandago aja kufanya ile kitu, lakini zaidi yote karibu sana kwa hii show. It is the counties edition. Wadau we, kuna counties zinafanya mambo na kaka brother leo, allow me to begin with this one. Hii kwa mwaka mzima hii iliniguza. In all the counties, this touched me beyond words. Huyu ni jamaa kijana mdogo alikuwa anajitafutia luzuku ama riziki tu, and then the county government of Nairobi wakafanya ile kitu, yeye plus njugu zake I don't know. So for me at times I look at this, then I listen to the report from Margaret, the control of budget, then I really feel sad. This child was supposed to earn a living. I think hata labda angekuwa campus or somewhere, but akaamua kufanya job, akaenda county of Nairobi, the city under the sun, the green city, but where so This one was good, eh? This one was good, and then there was this other one, eh? There was this other one.
Sasa na ni kwamba kiti cha gharama ya zaidi ya shilingi milioni 1 cha naibu gavana wa Siaya William Oduol kimezua maswali mengi kwenye kikao cha kamati maalum ya Seneti inayomchunguza Oduol, akitakiwa kueleza ni vipi anakalia kiti cha thamani hiyo bila kujali mali ya umma. Steven Leto anaarifu.
Hiki ndicho kiti cha thamani ya shilingi milioni 1.1. Ni kiti anachokalia naibu gavana wa kaunti ya Siaya William Oduol anapokuwa ofisini mwake.
I, CPA Dr. William Oduol.
So basically, there are funny things in our counties, eh? And there are very, very, very many. We'll be playing them even as we go on. So I'm glad to be here. I am sure ukinipea more time nitacheza vitu mingi, lakini wacha mimi nisicheze. Acha mimi tu niseme hivi ya kwamba thank you very much for joining this show. Tell us what has been your experience in the counties. Has it been good? Has it been fantastic? Has it been horrible? Did we devolve corruption? Did we devolve wastage? Yeah. Ikakuwa ya kwamba we have to send MCAs waende Dubai to do an online class. We take Leo from where he is to a different country, akuja to join live, because right now we are doing a live show. Leo, that is how much we waste our money. So is it a devolved waste or a devolved county or a devolved governance? That's what we are looking at. And thank you very, very much for tuning in. Thank you Bwana Leo for standing in. Nakwambia hapa Nakuru sometimes tunafanyiwa ile kitu, lakini hata na hivyo thank you very much for always standing in. So we are looking at counties. I'll be telling you about my county. I know many may know, many may not know. I'll be telling you about it. But naona jamaa anaitwa Mr. G. Mkono uko juu kwenye hewa. Vipi Mr. G?
You know, I thought that maybe ulikuwa unasema kwanza na pass over to somebody else alafu sasa ndo urudi. Maybe if you want to talk about your country now, maybe ongea kwanza alafu ndo, because I wanted to defend my percentage that I gave my governor Absoman. I gave him around 4%. Yeah. So I thought that maybe you are not giving back. I gave him 4 out of 10. 4%. And nilikuwa nataka no, out of 10. 4 out of 10.
Oh, that's not a percentage. Oh, okay.
That is 40%. Huh? That is 40%. 4 out of 10 is 40%.
Around 40%. So I wanted to defend it before I continue, kwa sababu naona kwa sababu ya time na simu inakaribia kuzima.
So tell us, what has Governor Abdel Nasir done in the county of Mombasa?
You know, when the governor came in, the first thing ambayo alianzana nao ni usafi. You know, the governor under Joho ilikuwa chafu sana. Chafu sana. But when he came in, at least he started working on hiyo usafi kiasi. But now the thing ambayo disappoint sana mpaka unaona anampatia 40%. You know, Mombasa is an industrial city and is a port city na ni a major gateway ya Eastern Africa, East Central and Africa region. And this is a place where it is historical for everything ambayo iko in Mombasa. Look at the famous beaches ambayo tuko nazo. In fact, kama zile Canadian, hizi ni beaches ambazo zimepata even awards. And a lot of things that are happening in Kenya, unapata kama hizi historical things kama hii ambayo jengwa na Portuguese, Fort Jesus. Ni vitu ambazo zina attract sana tourists. So Mombasa, it is one of the cities ambayo ingekuwa imegrow sana because of how it is and things ambazo zinapatikana kwa hiyo. But unapata bado tunasukuma nyuma kwa sababu what is happening. When this governor came in, Abdel Nasir, we have somebody, he's not a politician. This is just the guy from Bamburi Cement. Huyu jamaa si politician, but the guy has been feeding thousands of people every day, morning saa 7 jioni, mpaka anapatia amenunulia magari za kubeba maji kupelekea watu ambao ni maskini. So this guy amekuwa akisaidia watu sana, but when the governor came in, kitu ya kwanza ameanza kumpiga vita. Anataka asisaidie watu direct. Anasema anataka ipitie kwake. Ikishapitia kwake sasa ndio watu wajue kwa nini anafanya kusaidia watu, and yet CJ is the other guy from Bamburi. So the guy has been helping people. Huyu ni mtu ambaye alikuwa amefanya kazi mingi sana mzuri hapa Mombasa, na akasaidia hata kitambo that ile area ya Kibarani ilikuwa dumping site, na kulikuwa kuna nuka sana kwa sababu ya hiyo uchafu ilikuwa inatupwa pale. The guy came out, akakuja akaisafisha. Sahi it is a historical place, ni mahali ambapo ina attract people. Tourists hapa wanafika pale, ndio wanaangalia vile imejengwa iko sawa. So the guy has been helping, but the governor came in akaanza kumuumiza, anamdiscourage kila wakati. So as much as we love him because he's somebody from UD, from ODM, but kuna vitu mingi ambazo hajafanya mzuri. Sisi bado tunajivunia vitu ambazo devolution imefanya, kwa zile vitu ambazo Joe alifanya, like the hospital. The hospital imekuwa imeng'ara sana. Many people wametoka from other counties wakija Kenya tu, and wakija Mombasa just look at how the hospital is doing, kwa sababu it was number 1 na ilikuwa ina add value on that devolution kwa sababu how things were. But say at least things are not moving well, things are not moving right, because kuna some incompetency also. Hatuwezi sema kuwa kila kitu kiko sawa. We have some incompetency, na watu ambao wako pia ni watu wengine ambao hawako skillful, na shida ni hii mambo ya watu. Governor anaingia kwa kiti, alafu anakuja analeta watu wake, anatoa watu ambao walikuwa wazuri, analeta watu wake kwa sababu anataka ku reward them. This is something that is killing even our counties. Now I think we have to find a way tunaweza maliza shida kama hii. Although I say that some of our askaris ni walevi, and it's true in Mombasa, most of them kwanza under Joho walikuwa ni walevi, ni wale watu wa kuvuta madawa wale. So walikuwa wanasumbua sana every time, hata kija akipata hujakata ile license inakuwa ni shida. Alafu shida nyingine kubwa ni corruption, wanataka pesa kila wakati, kama hujawahonga sasa hapo ndo tutaumia sana. So I think comes that we need to look for leaders ambao wanaweza tusaidia, like kama mimi nilikuwa naomba if this guy, huyu jamaa wa Bamburi angekuwa politician, aingie alafu asimamie kiti kama ya governor, this guy can transform Mombasa. He can transform kwa sababu hata hizi vitu ambazo zimekuwa kwa roundabout, hizo madadi zote ni from him, and this guy is not in politics, but he just doing it to help people of Mombasa na establish the economy of Mombasa. So I think those are the people ambao they need to come out na wasimame kama kiti ya governor na wachaguliwe, they will pass na watasaidia counties.
Nikuulize wewe kama mwana Mombasa, mkazi wa Mombasa, kuna ushuru unatozwa kila siku in terms of kodi unalipa, mahali umeegesha gari, there is tax that is what do they call it, they collect some parking fee. Kuna pesa mingi, wale wako sokoni kuna pesa wanakusanya, ukitaka license ya chochote kuna pesa zinakusanywa, watalii huja kwa mahoteli, hizo hoteli zinalipia so many licenses, and hizi pesa zote zinaenda kwa county, I'm sure. Now ukiangalia pesa ambazo, wacha hata zile zinatoka katika serikali kuu, pesa ambazo zinatoka kwa county, wewe unaona kama zimewanufaa wakazi wa Mombasa? Sorry?
No, hazijatunufaa. If look at what is happening right now, drainage. Wakati mvua inanyesha kidogo kunakuwa kama ocean, and it is in Mombasa ambayo imekuwa bordered na Indian Ocean, but the drainage is so poor, and you know these guys, they are not using this money well. I think hii mambo ya corruption inasumbua, because wangekuwa ni watu wanatumia hiyo pesa, they are collecting a lot of money from these things about to happen. Hata hizo tu magari ambazo zina park in the cities, they are collecting a lot of money, but now look at the drainage. Hakuna kitu kimefanyika. Drainage is very poor. It is poor, and kila wakati mvua ikinyesha kunakuwa na disaster. Kama sahi I was reading an article whereby I think ni kama sahi ndio wamelaunch a program na watu wa Sub-Sahara Africa. I think it is called Mayor in it is a covenant of mayor in Sub-Saharan Africa ambao wame come in alafu wame launch a program whereby they want to help Mombasa at least on this issue of drainage and other things. But I think Mombasa imefail kwa sababu pesa ambayo ina collect is enough kufanya hii Mombasa iwe sawa, but Mombasa haijakuwa sawa. We still have kwanza look at hii mambo ya maji. We have a lot of problem on the issue of water, ile drinking water ni shida, drainage ni shida, a lot of things are not working well in Mombasa.
Okay, shikilia tu hapo kidogo, naja kwako tu sahihi. Bwana Captain, sorry for that. Nikikuuliza tu kwa haraka tu, ukiangalia nimesikia kilalama kuhusu the county of Uasin Gishu, of course kwa sababu ya vitu kadha wa kadha. pesa ambazo huwa wanakusanya kama Uasin Gishu, na kila county I'm sure kuna kitu major ambayo huwa ina support hiyo county. Nakuru kuna mahoteli, kuko na ziwa kadhaa, tuko na Lake Nakuru, tuko na Lake Naivasha, zimesurroundiwa na hotels, and I'm sure these hotels zinalipanga some licenses which some are very it's a lot kuna parking fee, ukienda uegeshe tu gari yako, jamaa wa kanjo kama ako tu hivyo amekungojea. I'm sure it is the same in Eldoret. Yeah, they equally have something that gives them enough revenue. Now from where you sit, and of course probably you might have taken some time before when the Eldoret, hii pesa inamsaidia kweli mwananchi eventually, ama as much as wanapewa na government na pia hii yenye wanajikusanyia, they are unable to really do something mwananchi afeel kweli we have a devolved government?
Jakes, somehow kuna vile inasaidia mwananchi, lakini siwezi sema hiyo pesa inasaidia mwananchi wa kawaida kiwango ile mwananchi alikuwa anatarajia. But to some extent imesaidia, as much as we have this word by the name of county government or devolution, imesaidia kiasi fulani, but haijafika ile kiwango ambapo mwananchi wa kawaida anaweza furahia. Kwa mfano sasa, unaona kama wakati sasa vile huyu rafiki yangu ameongelea soko ya Eldoret. Unajua soko ilifungwa ni karibu, I think ni 1 year sahi tangu soko ifungwe, na wale wachuuzi wakapelekwa kwingine penye hata wale wanunuzi hawapatikani. Imekuwa ni mwaka mmoja wanaumia, hawana pale ile pesa ya county hatuoni kama inatengeneza hizo soko, na ikifungwa soko ilikuwa inafungwa ndio ijengwe na pesa za county, hatuoni ikifanya hiyo kazi. Tukiangalia some other places like let me say wards after county you need some sub counties wards inafanya kazi kidogo, tunaangalia hiyo naye hatukatai, wanasemanga mgala muue na akimpatia. Unaona dogo wanafanya kazi. Kuna hiyo picha umeonyesha hii ya jamaa amemwaga chakula hapo Njugu, unaona hiyo county ya Nairobi, hiyo ni ya Nairobi, I remember. Jakes, I think for me I not support you on that. Hiyo nakupinga tena vizuri sana. Sababu ni gani? Hawa wachuuzi hawa wanazungusha hii ndoo. Kuna wale wanazungushanga mandazi, kuna wengine wanazungusha kahawa, kuna wengine wanazungusha wengine nasikia inaitwa jeshi, imesemwa na jina ya jeshi, sijui ina KDF. KDF. Kuna wenye wanazungusha KDF. Unaona? Na hiyo chai ya turungi hiyo. Unaona? People, let me tell you bro, those people are from Rwanda. Those are not Kenyans. I can tell you for the truth. I can tell you from the
when last were you in Kenya bwana?
Kama kuna Mkenya mmoja ama wawili, yes tunawatetea, but most of the people wale wamekuja kufanya hiyo kazi wamesafirishwa kutoka nchi zingine. Wale watu wameletwa kuwa wale waombaomba, wale walemavu, and in real sense they are not walemavu, especially ukimwona mwenye anasukumwa na wheelchair. I'm sorry to say so. Hao watu si walemavu. Jaribu kuwa mkali na umwambie wewe umelemaa wapi, muulize huyo mtu atatemeka na atawacha hiyo gari hapo, atakuachia, atakimbia mguu. Unaona, those people are not from Kenya. But anyway, we have the problem. The county has to fix those people. They have to be taken somewhere like a rescue center, wakae pale na county government waone vile wanasaidia. Vile koti moja amefanya Eldoret. That is why I say ile taxes ya county government of Uasin Gishu kuna mahali imefanya kidogo. Amefungua hiyo rescue center ya street children na wale watu wajiwezi. Unaona? So pia Nairobi hiyo unatuwekea ya Njugu, I disagree. I totally disagree. Yeah. I see Messi Agon has been in this platform each and every time accusing me to be drunk, which I tell him, bro, no problem. Let me be drunk.
What did we say?
I don't drink anyone's money, bro.
Wait. What did we say? Achana watu wa comment ni watu wazuri, achana wao, don't confront the guys on the panel section, so don't do that. Namwona jamaa Ken Kipchumba ako ndani na Kim Koros ako ndani. Kim Koros, pesa za ugatuzi ambazo zinakusanywa kila siku, unaona kama zimewafaidi wananchi kule unakotoka? Umeniambia unatoka Uasin Gishu, I think. Unaona kama pesa za ushuru ambazo anatoza mwananchi kila siku, unaona kama zinamfaidi Koros?
Yes, nawasikia, sijui kama mnanisikia
kabisa. Endelea.
Mtu aseme jambo alafu nijue kama mnanisikia.
Tunakusikia,
Kipchumba, tunakusikiza.
Kikosin testai.
Mnanisikia? Kongoi. Yes. Hello.
Endelea, tunakusikia.
Sawa. Nafikiri hapa katika kaunti yetu pesa za ugatuzi zinafika, kwa kuwa ukiangalia katika yale maendeleo yenye yanaendelea yako sawa kabisa.
Okay.
Yes. Like kwa mfano kama kuna mtu mwenye amekuwa Uasin Gishu kabla ya uchaguzi na ukuje saa hii uta realize kwamba kuna tofauti kubwa sana. Especially kwa mambo ya barabara. Na the other thing ile kitu imeimprove ni mambo ya ufanyaji wa ushuru. Yes, and then kuna zile mikutano za maendeleo, you find that mostly yale mambo yanayopitishwa katika hizo forum huwa zinafanywa. Yes.
So wewe kama Koros unaweza sema ugatuzi imekufaidi?
Rudia.
Wewe kama Koros unaweza sema ugatuzi, devolution, wewe kuwa na governor, kuwa na MCA, kuwa na watu ambao wako karibu na wewe, because hivyo ndio tulisema ugatuzi ni kuleta serikali karibu na wewe, unaweza sema ugatuzi imekufaidi, umenufaika?
Mimi binafsi la, but katika yale mambo yanayofanyika karibu na mimi napata kwamba kuna faida.
Okay.
Like you find that kama ofisi za samani chief ni moja Tanzania, wale wengine walikuwa ni chini ya miti. Lakini sasa hivi karibu kila chief ako na ofisi yake.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice. Sawa. Nashukuru sana kwa wakati wako. Hii show huja kila siku. Maybe itaweza kuwa na break kidogo msimu wa Christmas, lakini baada ya Christmas tutakuwa na kipindi kizuri cha kuwa na show nzuri ya kila jioni. So kitimia tu midaya saa 4, wewe shiriki nasi, jiunge nasi kupitia link ambayo itakuwa inatumwa kwa comment section, lakini zaidi ya yote fanya hima na usubscribe to Africa 24.
Kuna ombi moja ningependa.
Sema tu.
Nimeweka namba yangu ya simu, kama kuna mkutano unaniwekea link direct kwa WhatsApp yangu.
Kuna mtu tayari anafanya hiyo kazi tunapozungumza na wewe, so usikuwe na wasiwasi.
Sawa.
Aya, asante sana. Okay, so let's go on. Carlos had requested to leave. Yes sir.
Na ningeomba ningependa kuretire kwa sababu kazi ya kesho.
Ni sawa. Tunashukuru sana, asante sana kwa muda wako. Tunashukuru sana. Wakati mwema, usiku mwanana. Okay. Tunajiunga naye sasa
Asante.
pia kwa njia pia ya mawasiliano kama
Bye bye.
haya. Jamaa anajiita Ken Kipchumba. Ken Kipchumba, vipi?
Niko salama.
Uko salama? Uko maeneo gani Ken Kipchumba? Naona umebamba. Jamaa anaitwa Captain. Naona ni watu wa nyumbani eh. Ken Kipchumba, unanishika ukiwa wapi? Washa mic yako, umemute.
Okay, niko County of Champions hapa Eldoret.
Oh, Eldoret. Habari ya Eldoret?
Eldoret imetulia, Eldoret iko salama, Eldoret tumefurahi sana. Tuko tunaruka festive season vizuri.
Kwa hivyo hii show ni kama tutaanza kuongea chamge mimi, chamge wewe na chamge sisi wote. Maana pia nimejiunga pia pamoja nami jamaa anajiita Kipruto Mandago. Kipruto Mandago, vipi kaka? Kipruto? Kipruto, usinifanye ile kitu, lakini ni sawa. Kabla Kipruto hajawasha mic yake, acha nisikize jamaa umeita Home of Champions. Home of Champions kuko vipi? Gavana wenyu wa koti moja nadhani sasa kona kadhaa, anaendelea vipi?
Gavana anaendelea vizuri kaka, you have
Bwana
seen.
Kipchumba bwana, siku hizi ni City of Champions bwana. Nakutumia link alafu unaweka chini tena county. Ni City of Champions.
City of Champions, City of Champions inaendelea vizuri.
Ndio county ya rais
This is the county of the president. This is the county where we have seen a lot of heroic whatever happening. We have seen champions in athletics. We have seen the president rising from this very place. You know, this is a president who has never lost any elections. He rose from the MP all the way to the president. So this is a county where, my friend, I'm telling you, my friend, this is a county where everything is possible. This is a county where every dream is possible as long as you dare to dream. So I was telling you, we have seen our governor. We have witnessed from poll back to back polls. Ya kwanza ilikuwa the control of budget. Tukakuja ile ingine, tukakuja mizani, tukakuja ingine nye ilikuwa ya KEBS, tukakuja ya jana. Yani all polls are reflecting that our governor is performing very, very well. And believe you me, my friend, our governor has taken this county from where it was in the last regime. We had pending bills of 938 billion shillings. We have reduced it to 10 million. We have constructed roads, 2,000 kilometers of roads.
Bwana Kipchumba, just one moment. You have said you had a bill of
938 million shillings, close to a billion.
Okay.
So my friend, we have seen a regime change that has taken this county to the next level. We have 1,020 kilometers of road constructed within 1 year and 4 months. We have sunk 50,000 boreholes in 1 year.
50,000. How big
boreholes?
How big is Uasin Gishu?
We are almost constructing a borehole in every homestead in rural and Uasin Gishu, my friend.
50,000.
We are constructing a borehole. My friend.
Can Kipchumba come?
Is not a joke.
I want to I want us to look at his
Can
face as
I
he's
have
telling
your
us
face?
these
Are you able
statistics. If
to?
he can
Are we
come on
able to
video,
see your face?
he should tell us
Is
these
it possible?
statistics and look at us direct in the eye. I think it will make sense.
I have the PDF. I don't know how to share this. We also had it in the county of the state address recently. We had
Oh,
a county of
oh,
the
you had
state address.
you have a PDF you are referring to?
Yeah,
Okay, can I share with you the way to send me that PDF?
of course. And we don't joke about development. Yesterday we saw that Uasin Gishu was the third in the entire country in terms of development expenditure. We were in 13%. Nairobi was in 0. Kisumu was in 0. Siaya was in 0. We were in 13%. The leading was Narok at 30%. So we are doing well as a county. We are doing well. We are today. We were celebrating with.
Kipchumba, 17% that is an E. 17% is an E.
We are not talking about an E. We are talking about what percentage was taken to development vis-a-vis other counties.
Correct.
All the other counties did below.
So if you lead other failures, are you proud of leading other failures?
My friend,
wait.
We are just from we are just from 10 years of Uhuru. We know Uhuru failed this country. We inherited.
But Uhuru was not a governor of Uasin Gishu. So you cannot.
I'm coming there. Don't be in a hurry.
Forgive my misbehavior.
I'm not. You're just.
Forgive my misbehavior.
Yeah.
I've heard him say very well that, they've seen a change of regime in Uasin Gishu County. Are you aware that the former governor of Uasin Gishu County was elected to consecutive terms uninterrupted, and after that, the same voters of Uasin Gishu County appreciated his work and made him the senator? So how do you make somebody who did not perform, somebody who retired the county, how would you make him a senator? How would you reward him as a senator if he didn't do anything?
Do you know that, my friend? Do you know that Mandago never won any election? Exactly. Do you know that Mandago stole the recent 2022 election? Are you aware that Mandago is the most infamous? Do you know that Mandago is the most infamous leader in the entire republic? Do you know that Mandago bought his certificate? Are you aware that IBC is an entire bullshit?
And the same IBC gave us a president, and you're telling me that this IBC gave you somebody who never won in Uasin Gishu.
But Raila has never won. Raila has never won. Raila will never win. Raila will never be the president. We all know that. He has no numbers.
Wait, how did we go to Raila? We are talking about counties. How did we even get there?
He took me to the president, and I'm telling him that Raila will never win any election because Raila has no numbers. Raila has no numbers. Election is about numbers. Mandago does not have any numbers. He just bought the certificate for about 20 million shillings. Karori won the elections, but we shall never again do that fucking mistake. But Raila has never won any election.
Mandago has no numbers and made himself the senator. So what tells? How can you convince us that Raila without numbers can't buy himself and make himself the president? In the same way,
Raila is not a person who seeks leadership. Raila is about protecting his business empire. Raila is happy about being in the warm corner of the opposition. Raila has benefited. In fact, recently in Dubai, Raila received a good sum of money to call off maandamano. You are not aware because you don't follow.
Kipchumba.
We are aware, Kipchumba. Even we discussed here and you are not here yourself.
I
We
wish to
discussed that.
engage. Can I engage? Can I do that? Can I engage you through
Yeah,
questions?
engage me, sir.
Fantastic. Fantastic. We are talking of 50,000 boreholes, correct?
Yeah.
Is that documented in a way that one can verify? Two,
We have it.
If you are not number one and Narok is number one, then I'm sure Narok is doing super awesome. If you're number three and you have done 50,000, do you know how much 50,000 is? 50,000 boreholes. It's like in every 3 kilometers, square kilometers of Wasingishu County, there is a borehole. That's what you want to tell the public today?
Of course, that is a fact of life. That is a fact.
Oh, it's a fact, right? Okay.
You know one thing
Now,
that you don't know?
Just one moment. From KTDA to E10, how many boreholes could there be?
You know what you are not aware? We have something called Nguzo Kumi. One of the Nguzo Kumi is water. There is a saying in Kalenjin that says meche pek meche pigo pego. Are we together up to that point? So every time we went on campaign, people told the governor that we need water because the previous governor was just here to play, but not to do work. He was here to steal from parents. He stole money from parents. He stole what we call Finland and Canal, which is now loading. So the governor took upon himself a very big promise to deliver water. He decided to start what is called Wasingishu rural water. Eldowas is for the urban Wasingishu. Then we have Urwas for rural Wasingishu. Wasingishu Rural Water and Sanitization Program, and also putting back the dams, colonial dams in place. So we have done 50,000 boreholes. We have distillated around 200 dams. And I'm telling you, my friend.
Okay.
I'm telling you, my friend.
Jex, hii propaganda tuachane nayo. Hii propaganda tuachane nayo.
Just a moment, because you are in Mombasa, he's in Eldoret. Let's give him the benefit of a doubt. Eh? So let's listen in.
No,
go ahead.
I'm sharing you.
Where
show
is
me
200
how to share.
dams? Where is 200 dams? 200 dams.
How many colonial? You know, this person comes from Mombasa. He's not aware that Wasingishu was once called the place of the settlers, the white settlers. We have more than 1,000 colonial dams in Wasingishu. This was the place where.
Are we talking of beaches or dam? Do you know what a dam? Like Itare Dam? We are talking such dams.
No, Jex, I think it's good to put Kipchumba in. Maybe you do for him some orientation to understand the difference between a dam, a well, a stream, a river, and the Mtaro. If Kimwarer and Aror, one of the mega dams, have been installed up to date, those are only two.
My friend, he's talking of 200.
Captain,
he's talking of 200 dams.
Do you know the number of dams that we have in the entire
Do you know
country?
how many? Do you guys?
Are you talking of fish ponds?
I think you're not aware that. Can I take you through history?
Okay, please do. But tell us also about those 2,000 dams in Eldoret.
The white settlers settled.
Ponds. Those are fish ponds.
We're not talking about what is a fish pond. Have you ever seen a Kalenjin eating fish and omena?
Let me put it very clear, Jakes and Leo and Kipchumba. Let me put it very clear. Kipchumba, let me tell you, there is a difference between a dam like Itare Dam,
Maybe he's, the problem is
Dam,
he's translating the name
that,
from Kalenjin to English. That is what is bringing confusion. Like me, if I translate some things from my Luo, I'll confuse it. So we have a dam, we have a river, we have a stream, we have a lake, we have a pond, and we have Mtaro.
I'm talking about dams. In fact,
that is now where I'm
that is an artificial river.
In my village, I have one dam.
Artificial lake.
In my village, I have one dam. You know, this is a place where settlers resided, and this is a place where
I'm tired.
we cannot talk, I cannot confuse a dam and a fish pond and a mutaro. I'm a learned fellow. I'm a CPAK holder. I'm a BBM holder.
Then stop lying. Stop lying.
Okay, Gipchumba. Even if you are a PhD holder, let me say this. No, some of us we didn't go to school, but tunajua kidogo tu. Ile mahali wazungu walishika maji, walikuwa wametega maji ya ng'ombe, ni tofauti na damu ile inamwaga maji mingi kila mara, ikue kuna kiangazi, hakuna kiangazi, inamwaga tu maji hiyo damu, unaelewa?
Hiyo ndio damu naongelea.
Yes, lakini sasa hapo Wasingishu keep naye hapo bro, sijaona hiyo damu. Hata kwangu mimi hapo kwetu hapo Kipsangui kuna ile damu iko chini pale Soi. Kuna moja kwetu hapo ilitekwa na wazungu.
I can simply say
no, it's okay. This guy, there's something in my Luo. Let me just give you. In Luo, there's something we call aura. Aura is something you can just chimba a small hole so that you can be using it to get water. So
we're not talking about a well.
Aura into English, literally, I can say it is a dam, but it is not a dam. A dam is
we are not talking about that. We are not talking about that shit. Let me send you pictures and PDFs. This captain has never been home for the last 10 years.
Feast. Alikula feast.
Alikula mpaka fair. Captain nyumbani imebadilika.
Kipchumba, so as I don't confuse, you are sure that's where the president comes from? Because if it is true he comes from there, then I now understand why he tells us some promises that maybe he means a dam that's a mtaro.
My friend, I'm not talking about a mtaro. We are talking about dams. I wish there is a place where I can attach pictures, because now
we are now let's do this. Let me send you something, and then use that to join in live. Then when you join in live, you'll be able to share it with me directly. But you have to look at the private chat. Look at the private chat. What I've sent you, kindly use that to make you share with us. But before you do that, 2,000 dams. Is it something we can verify online?
My friend, I have all the data with me.
But on the ground, let's talk on the ground. Is it
on the ground? On the ground, we are doing fine. We have been placed top 5 in the last 6 polls back to back. Do you mean that's a joke?
Why?
Back to back polls, 6 of them.
I don't know what to ask you, because those facts are crazy. But anyway, let's come back to the topic.
Okay.
From where you sit, has devolution worked for you?
Devolution is something that I've really seen, and I have experienced it. It had not worked from 2013 to 2022. For the last 10 years, devolution had been a thing that seemed to be a failure. But from the last election, I have seen devolution working. I have seen have seen a lot of progress in terms of development. We have, of course, we had a problem with pending bills, which we inherited from the last regime. We inherited a dilapidated county with empty coffers. But do you know that we?
So this is a script you guys have learned and mastered so well, right?
Do you know that we hosted the first biennial devolution conference where the theme was, is devolution working or not? That was the theme this year in the August biennial devolution conference. And we knew and understood that if you have the wrong leaders in place, devolution will not work. We promulgated the 2010 constitution, having very high hopes that devolution will work. But unfortunately for us in Uasin Gishu, devolution did not work for the last 10 years. We have just seen the fruits of devolution from August last year to date. Is now 1 year and 4 months. We have seen a lot of progress in terms of agriculture. We have seen a lot of progress in terms of water. We have seen a lot of progress in cooperatives. We have seen a lot of progress in trade, and we have seen a lot of progress in youth, ICT. We have a working government right now and a working manifesto. We have health.
What government are you talking about? The national or the county?
We are now in the county government because we are talking about devolution.
Yeah. Now I want to ask you, could you have the number of guys who have been employed in this regime?
Once again, I want to tell you that there is a big problem when you inherit a government that is dilapidated. Why am I saying so?
With empty coffers.
With empty coffers. Why am I saying so, brother? There is a big problem that national government and county government is facing. Which is this problem? We have a big problem because the staff that you inherit as a government, whether national or county government, pledges allegiance to the last regime.
Okay.
What we are facing in Uasin Gishu is that we have a county staff that were employed with Mandago. We have a staff that still thinks that they are still remotely controlled by the previous governor, who is now the senator. And therefore, we have a problem where the county public service board has been unable to pass the supplementary budget until the last 2 weeks. The supplementary budget for employment of employees passed on Thursday last week, and therefore all the people that
what budget was the governor operating on?
We were still using the last regime's budget. That is a fact in all counties. The budget that was passed on first of the budget that was passed on 1st July. The budget was.
You have said that. Okay, sorry. You have said that the budget you're using is from the previous regime, correct?
We passed our budget on 1st of July, but employees that we have been working with are employees that were employed in the last 10 years. Okay, are we together up to that point?
No, you're talking of the budget or the employees?
You know, you cannot employ people without without due procedure. We have labor laws, we have employment protocols, we have whatever, we have laws of the land. And therefore, you cannot just employ people without vacancies. We have no vacancies right now. You need to create vacancies. In fact, even the president was talking about creation of employment opportunities. Are we together? And therefore, we have not employed people because we had no budget to employ, and we had no satisfactory number of employment vacancies, except for CECs and CEOs. The governor came, he employed CECs and CEOs. The process now then follows that you're going to employ directors. Then from there, you now come to employ other staffs. We have done CECs, we have done CEOs, and we're looking for a budget and vacancies to employ directors. The budget passed last week on Thursday for employment of directors and sub-county administrators and ward administrators. That is the administration. You have to put an administration in place that is loyal to you, that will work for your manifesto. You cannot work with malls. You cannot work with people who don't believe in your dream. You cannot work with directors and sub-county administrators and ward administrators who are still loyal to the past regime. Ruto came in place, and the first thing he did was redeployment and redesignation of staff that believe in his dream, that they believe in working for his promises to deliver to the people of Kenya. So the same way with the governor, you cannot work with people who are loyal to the past regime. So the first thing is to employ sub-county administrators, ward administrators, and directors. That is the administration. And that budget passed just on the last Thursday.
Now, just one moment. You know, I've given you time to really speak.
What we call advertisement of those jobs will be done in the coming weeks. By January next year, we will be having the advertisement for the sub-county administrators, ward administrators, and directors.
So from where you see it, Eldoret is doing just fine.
Eldoret is doing well. There was a war between, previous regime versus current regime. The previous governor thinks that he has influence with the county staff that are there now that he employed. You know, he wants to control the county public service board. He wants to control directors. He wants to control administrators. You know, that kind of war is now over. You saw recently the governor stepped ground and took power, and now we are working well. We are now almost advertising those jobs. We shall have sub-county administrators, ward administrators, and directors of the governor by January next year, and you will see work going on. We cannot work with malls. That is a fact.
Now, but you see, even with malls, you have been able to build 50,000 boreholes. Even with malls, you have been able to construct 1,000 kilometers of road.
Do you know what? No. We did not work with them. We did not work with them. They were all suspended. They were all suspended. We are working with COs and CECs only. We don't have those whatever. We don't have any previous regime loyalists.
Okay. So you don't have previous regime loyalists, and by January you will have people you now say you control directly, correct?
We don't control, but they believe in the dream.
It's okay. But by January, that's when you will do that, correct?
By 15th of January.
Fantastic, fantastic. Now listen, after you can imagine, without those guys that you'll employ by 15th of January, you have been able to construct 50,000 boreholes. You have been able to construct 1,000 kilometers of road. You have been able to construct 2,000 dams. Now I can only imagine what you will do with your own guys. I can only imagine.
It's
You
not
guys-
about
you guys are
constructing.
fantastic.
You are misplacing your words. It's not constructing. It is shifting of colonial dams, not constructing new dams. We are shifting colonial dams. We are shifting colonial dams. You are not constructing new dams. That is a
Let me Google that
misplaced
word.
idea.
With removing of sand and all.
It is about shifting of colonial dams. You don't construct dams, you shift dams.
Sorry?
Construction dams, we are yet to do that.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah.
What do you mean by sifting? I want to Google that word. Is it removing soil and dust and all and silt in the dams? Is that what you mean?
You know, I think you are misplacing your English, because construction of a dam.
You have said you are silting. That's what you have said, eh?
Silting of colonial dams. That is what I said.
Silting of colonial dams. According to grammar and English, silting is the process of removing filled up spaces with silt.
Which had been blocked in the last 10 years.
Okay, so according to what you're saying, I want to understand you. That's why I'm asking you. According to you, in the colonial times, there were over 2,000. No, there were over 50,000. No, the 50,000 you said were boreholes, correct?
Mm-hmm.
The 2,000 you said were colonial dams, correct?
Of course.
Now, so from where you sit, we have 2,000 colonial dams that currently are undergoing silting. Is that what you've said?
Of course, yes.
Then I think I've not gotten you wrong.
Removing the clearing the hizo mamvitu zinamea huko nini, you know.
Yeah, silting. You're correct. It's called silting. Now,
yeah.
Now my question was, if you have been able to manage to do that,
now imagine.
So let me ask you, why is it that? Yeah. Why is it that you don't have figures of those who have been employed? Why is it that you still complain? Just one moment. Why is it that you still complain that the budget that you've used is the previous budget, despite not using your own? Just one moment. I'm using your words. I've not even used mine anywhere.
You are misplacing your words.
Okay. Maybe Captain, can I ask Captain? Then Captain will ask you in his language.
Let me tell you what I was saying about employment.
Please
it seems you have not gotten me on employment.
Okay.
Are you aware that no one except CECs and CEOs that were in campaigns has not been employed yet up to now?
Sorry, can you say that again?
Are you aware that no one except those who are employed as CECs and CEOs, no one else has been employed to date?
Okay.
We are waiting for the advertisements that will come. It might come.
What's the problem? What's the problem of having what you're having now?
I told you that you can employ where there are no vacancies.
You can only employ where there is vacancy. That's the correct grammar, right?
And again, you can employ without a budget.
Okay.
Are we together up to that point?
We are very together.
Governor fired over I don't know whether the term is fired.
We said suspended.
Over 800 ghost workers on June this year.
800 ghost workers, correct?
This year.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was an audit that was done and it was understood and it was known that there were over 800 to 1,500 ghost workers by June.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Those were employed under Mandago.
Mm-hmm. Now, let me ask you, you seem to be knowledgeable about your county. How many workers are you anticipating to employ by 15th of January?
We are looking at a good figure. I don't want to anticipate. I don't want to
just give us a number. Any number. It doesn't have to be accurate. Give us a number. What number are we looking at?
We are looking at a minimum of, let's say, 200 youth.
200, correct?
We are looking at a number of 200 because
now, okay. So according to where you sit, if the current governor gets 200, he will be able to actualize his manifesto, as per your words?
Of course, we have a lot of progress that is going on in Uasin Gishu. We just realized yesterday we launched the 64 market. We launched last week the EPZ, export processing zone. That is about the national government in liaison with the county government. We have Eldoret Railway City that is coming. These are employment opportunities. We have a housing program that is coming. If we take at least 200 to 500 youth here, then liaise with the national government and also liaise with leaders who failed nominations in Uasin Gishu but were given jobs in the national government. These are people like PS Bitok, who is in the immigrations department. We have Caleb Kositany in the airports authority. We have Sarah Serem, who is in the what do we call the what is it? Wait, Sarah alipata wapi bro? Sarah Serem alipata Post Bank. We have also leaders who, if every leader takes at least 100 youth or 50 to 100, then Ruto atuchukulie wengine.
Just one moment. Did you just say Sarah Serem manages Post Bank?
Yeah, saizi yeye ndio managing wa Post Bank.
Post Bank that records 1.4 billion loss a year.
These losses are stage managed, and this is what was happening under Uhuru Kenyatta.
I hope you listen to yourself.
Managed and the president is aware. No, bro, you are telling us.
No. Sarah Serem hajarekodi yake. Hii ilikuwa ya last regime. The losses were on the last regime. Post Bank almost died under Uhuru.
1 year, bro, down the line, it's enough to have fixed the problem.
No. You cannot. Easy kiosk. This is an entire bank with branches all over Kenya. Nikuulize, Kenya Airways imekuwa ikirecord losses for how long? For how many years? Back to back.
But who's in charge of Kenya Airport Authority?
Who was in charge then? Under Uhuru?
No, you have asked us.
Who answer our questions?
No. Kwani Kenya Airports imeanza kurecord losses leo? Imeanza kurecord losses leo? Nikuulize, imeanza kurecord. We inherited a country that was stupid.
Blah blah. We know that
we are taking things back. We are fighting cartels.
Really?
We are fighting
Let me ask
cartels.
you, do you
We
go
are
to a
turning
class
around.
and you are taught all this
Just
form
a
of
question.
lies and all?
Just a question.
Eh,
Just one question. Because you
eh.
have said that you inherited a very dilapidated country,
Dilapidated economy, empty
and
coffers.
economy, all those things you've been even in the county government of Wasingishu, you are blaming Uhuru Kenyatta, who was a president, not a governor.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
my question is this: is it not
Mm,
enough to have fixed
mm.
this problem in 1 year?
You cannot
According to the
fix you cannot fix that problem in 1 year. It needs at least 10 years.
okay, it's okay. 10 years.
Kwani
Now it
hamkuona juzi state of the county address?
That it
Kwani
needs
juzi
10
mulikuwa wapi
I
Ruto
don't
akiongea juzi?
I don't believe what you are telling me because
Kwani Ruto
he,
mulikuwa wapi juzi akiongea that you cannot fix this country in 5 years?
Ruto was not live here to answer questions. We
We
are
don't
asking
listen to him, man.
you
Away.
are,
We
you
don't.
are just listening.
Wait, bro,
Identify.
can you fix an economy in 1 year? Surely.
Not in 1 year, bro. I'm saying this.
We have
At
been in
least,
power for only 1 year and 4 months.
you can tell us that I have done this in Post Bank. I have done this problem in KICC. Like the way he has done fertilizer, you just tambia ulipunguza fertilizer. Hiyo ni sawa, tuna agree na hiyo. Hiyo judges ulipatia kazi kwa sababu previous regime walikataa kupea kazi. Hiyo ni sawa. That is what we are now agreeing. Now, when it comes to now this regime you are talking about of county government and all whatever, is it not enough to fix a problem even for Post Bank itself for halfway, not even fully, halfway or quarter? You are not there. Okay. Another question is this: is it fixing Kenya by appointing Kipchumba, appointing Captain, appointing Kiprotich, appointing Koskei Kimnani? That is fixing the country, surely. He's running away. He's running away. Even
Actually,
me, from where I sit, I think I'll be appointed soon to be the manager for Safaricom. That is what I'm waiting. Utapunguza simu zote ikuwe ya bure.
well, oh my goodness.
Mpaka umeshinda vile utaanza.
Na kuna mtu amesema hapo, I did not notice until now. Kumbe Sala Serem ndio, yeah, it is true. She is the boss of Post Bank.
Hata wewe huko unajua hiyo?
Nimejua saizi. Now it makes sense, eh?
Now I'm
Now it
telling you,
makes sense.
from
Now
what
it
I'm saying,
makes sense.
I'll
The
be
kind
appointed.
of leaders we are having, eh?
Hmm?
And when I asked you that probably we need to change this leadership, eh? We try. No, today I'm going to say a very bad statement. We try probably a different tribe. Sorry to even use that word. Maybe Post Bank can survive because it's as though we are losing it. When ndo ulinifunza hizo stories za tribal, could it mean that you appoint so as to really finish it, then sell it? Is that your strategy? Is that the strategy?
What do you mean, Jakes? Why are you fearing to ask questions?
I'm
Can you
not
ask
fearing.
questions?
I really want to maintain my.
I know
Sarah
what you mean.
Serem,
I know what you mean.
Sarah Serem
But
manages Post Bank. Post Bank records 1.4 billion loss every year.
That's what the president said.
Why don't we do away with her? Maybe find another person.
We do away with Sarah Serem.
Eh.
But you see, the appointment of Sarah Serem, even me, what I can say,
Probably someone else could do better.
Maybe she's trying because she's now 1 year, maybe because remember, she's not 1 year now in that position. She was appointed just maybe after the UD has taken over, the government was trying to fix everything. Maybe she's like almost 6 months there. We
Now,
give
I
her
want to ask you a question. You come from Wasingishu. There's a reason you guys did not appoint Caleb Kostitani as your governor, right?
And even where he's working, we don't want to work there. We don't want him there.
No, there's a reason you didn't. So what justification did he have to be appointed at Kenya Airports Authority? What was the justification?
Just friends of the
If the people
president.
refused him, why was he
Just,
given a state appointive job?
I'm telling you, he's just friends of president and founders of UDA. And I think that you remember somebody said in shares. You are talking of shares. You remember? So I think one of the shares ilimwingia. But sincerely speaking, let me tell you, bro. I tell you from here, Caleb Kositany is a Form 2 fellow. He's a Form 2 failure. Certificate ile ako nayo ni ya class 8 peke yake.
I
Get
don't
it?
want to speculate. I don't know.
So
I am
I'm
from
telling you why
Masindi.
we did not elect him as our governor, because he's a failure. You see?
Now, how comes if he alifika Form 2, and let's take that to be true, for example, he manages Kenya Airport Authorities. Okay, and we expect it to do well.
I tell you
Don't
what.
we
I
have
tell
graduates?
you,
Don't we
even
have graduates? Okay, hata kama lazima basi watoke Uasin ama or that side. Don't you have educated guys from your end? Don't you have capable leaders from your end? Don't you have competent? Don't you have people who have the prowess and the skills to manage our institutions? Don't you have? Okay,
do,
ni
do,
sawa,
do,
because
do, do you
let's
think
agree that tribalism is what governs our country. It's okay, let's
exactly
accept that.
that is
Now,
it?
I'm asking from your end, don't you have competent people, really?
We have Alfred Keter, because maybe he was attacking president. That is why he was not given any position after kunyang'anywa certificate ya UDA. We have Franklin Bett, former minister for roads and all whatever. We have also this guy who did wonders in KPLC that we are suffering until now. Maybe you don't have power. Charles Keter. I think you differentiate between Charles Keter and Alfred Keter. You have to know that difference.
So what wonders did he do?
Tokens bro wanalipa aje sahi? Even 100, I think 100 Kenya shillings ni one token. Ile ya kuenda tu siku moja imeisha. Hata sio siku moja ni hours. And then you want us to reward such people.
Shikilia hapo. I think I need to have a different form of conversation from here onwards. Kenya Rebel, how are you? These guys were sour. Now I think I'm
And
learning
you
them
know why,
slowly.
Jakes?
Mhm.
That is why I like to share the link with
I'll
these
do a show specifically about that.
to bring
One
these
of these
people. I want
Fridays.
also to question them.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, man, I need to change the conversation. I see my good friend Alex is in the house, and as well Kenya Rebel. Kenya Rebel, how are you?
Good. Jakes, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but there I can't see you.
You'll see me in a few. I just wanted to make a comment. Actually, it's refreshing to see someone defending Ruto. I admire his, knowledge about what's been happening. And to be fair to him, he's right in saying about Postbank, though you people are laughing at him, but he says something realistic. It's not going to take 1 or 2 years to change the economic situation, especially Kamayo's story at Postbank. You mentioned, that's why he gave that example, Kenya Airways. These are things that started years. That's why he asked a very good question when he said, Kwani, how long has been Kenya Airways losing money? It's been years now where it's been on the red, on the negative, okay? So he has a good point. We can't take away that, Neo. All in all, I wish he would still be here so we can ask him more questions. But I like the fact that he has information about this government and is defending this government. It's been refreshing. I like people who have their facts and they can share it. I don't know if he shared with you or not. I hope he was not just blowing hot air. But but I enjoyed the show. Today I'll be more of listener more than a contributor.
So, but I can ask you this, from where you sit, has devolution worked?
Mainly, I would say, in my opinion, it can work. But again, what's the common denominator? Corruption. Watu wanapata pesa. I mean, I just saw Sakaja hasn't spent anything in Nairobi as far as in development. Who else was also mentioned there? There was a couple of governors who never spent anything. So we can't just say anti-devolution is not working. Again, it comes back to what? Enforcing the laws that we have. Why can't we audit these guys? Why can't we prosecute these guys? It comes down to that. It's a good idea. I like the idea of devolution where the county can manage its affairs. You know, it takes away from, you know, the president doesn't have to supervise and decide where the money goes and whatever. I like the idea. But again, the bottom line is we are failing because of lack of enforcing the existing laws that we have. So we can't say that it's not working if we are not prosecuting these people who are not doing their jobs, impeaching them, and finding out where this money that is spent is going. So that's my short answer. But like I say, Jakes, today I'll be more of a listener than a contributor.
Yeah, it's okay. But then again, let me ask you, with all the challenges that we face as a country, could we have shot ourselves on the leg thinking that devolution would work, while we know very well we are a people who are corrupted to the core? So what we just simply did, we just devolved corruption. From where I see it, is corruption truly a devolved function? Because I think that is the pertinent question we should be talking about.
Yeah, Jakes, like that's even the few days that we've been here, we've been talking about throwing away the constitution. I don't know this, and that. The bottom line, that's why we keep on saying we like using the example of Singapore. Oh, Singapore in the 70s, they were so behind us and they became more, even we were lending them money. But look at Singapore now. If you listen to that, I don't know his name, the Prime Minister or President of Singapore at the time, the number one thing that he did was enforce laws about corruption. Ukiiba, unachinjwa. Again, China, look at China. What made China a superpower today? Enda ukaibe, go find out if a minister in China akiiba, what happens to them. Death by firing squad. So Kenya, we have wonderful laws, wonderful constitution, wonderful idea about the devolution and the devolved system. But we are not enforcing it. Corruption inafanyika left, right, and center. And it's not. This is not even a party thing. It's not even Azimio or Kenya Kwanza, whatever. It's most of the people, governors, people in the executive, MPs. So until we start executing the law, kama mtu akiiba, hata kama ni Ruto, hata kama ni nani, they should be impeached, and this ama afungwe asiporudisha pesa. But if we don't do that, we are going to have the same thing. The president atakuja hapa andike watu wake waibe kama kina Rotich, and they get away with it, na tutapiga story hapa na itaendelea, and the next regime will do the same thing. Na tutaendelea hapa tukisema, oh, we need to, devolution is not, devolution works, we just don't want to enforce it. We have to. People need to be outraged by what these people are doing. Ama si hivi tutaendelea tu hivi, and it will be the same story and nothing will happen. And then, so imagine this, Jakes. You think if we change the constitution, let's say to say devolution is not working. If we change the constitution and make it we have no devolution, do you think the government will work wonderfully because we don't have a devolved system anymore? You see what I'm saying? It's madness to suggest that we get rid of these laws just because they haven't been even enforced. So no, let's enforce it first, then see what happens.
I want you to listen to this and then give me your submissions even as I wrap up the show. Listen to this.
That corruption and misuse of funds are the biggest challenges facing devolution 10 years after the county governments came into force. Now, in a report released by Twaweza East Africa, 47% of Kenyans are uncertain about the impact of devolution, despite the national government having injected 3.6 trillion shillings to the devolved units in the last 10 years. The research, which involved 3,746 respondents nationally, also revealed that 52% of Kenyans feel that lack of sufficient funds continues to hamper service delivery at the county level. However, 75% of Kenyans believe devolution has led to improvement in public services such as health, water, and infrastructure. According to the report, 39% of Kenyans prefer health services to be under the national government, compared to 30% who are satisfied with health services at the county level. 74% of Kenyans at the county level and 78% of Kenyans at the national level feel that leaders do not take into account citizens' opinion when making decisions on important issues. Among those who feel the impact of devolution, residents of Makueni and Elgeyo Marakwet counties top the list with an approval rate of 65% and 61% respectively.
Whether my proposal or my views are taken. Majority think there's no impact. What does it tell us? That yes, it's like making two strides ahead and then making 3 strides behind. And basically that's what's happening. When you look at different sectors and all that, wananchi think the two government systems need to work hand in hand so that devolution can become a success story.
One of the things which is glaring to me in this report is when we find the supporters of devolution are really the older people, the men. Then you ask yourself, where are the young people?
Devolution means let the people exercise the power. Let the funds which are available be utilized by the people. Let the people make decisions. And that is why, therefore, we have no problem having another government, a people's government, from the village upwards.
Okay. When you listen to that, devolution is almost the other name for some of these counties. Some counties have done little to show for their people. One, did we make a blunder by making them so many, 47? Maybe we ought, sorry for that, maybe we ought to have had fewer, right? And some are even proposing we add them to around 56. How truly can we mitigate the corruption, menace, and all? How can we solve this problem, honestly? Because I tend to believe if truly we were a country that ingekuwa ina undergo serious scrutiny and auditing of our accounts, some people right now will be rotting in prison.
Yeah, it doesn't make any difference even if we go back to the 8 provinces with provincial commissioners and so forth, or we have 47, the current 47 counties, or even 100 or 50. It does not matter. The problem seems to be the same. And you said if you are doing a proper audit, some of them will be sitting in jail. No, Orengo has been sifting. That's the name. That's the word of the day, which Kipchumba brought. Sifting 900 million.
Yeah, he has been sifting.
Sifting 900 million CI, whatever. And it has been said by EACC gave that report. He's sitting pretty, flying with the president. Nobody is bothered. So you see where the problem is. It's a systemic problem. The people are not outraged by this because, again, if we start going for Orengo, what will people say? Orengo ni mtu wetu, you're targeting Wajaluo, hey. You know, if you go for Paranya, Waluya tasimama. So until it starts with the bottom up, or if we have a president who is brave enough, a no-nonsense president who will set a precedence and say, if you know, he will follow up. Of course, it takes more than a president because these organizations such as EACC, DCI, whatever, DPP, these are independent. So they're supposed to be independent. So until these things are functional and the people accept, you remember when Uhuru used to say, ukishikwa usianze kulialia ati sijui nini, utajitetea, beba msalaba yako. If you really meant it, that's how it should be. Until then, this game will go on year in, year out hakuna mabadiliko.
Wow, fantastic. Allow me to wish you a Merry Christmas, Bwana Kenya Rebel. I don't think we'll celebrate, but all the same, I still wish you.
Wow, Merry Christmas to you, Jakes, Captain, and Leo, wherever you are. And that was a good show today. Hopefully, Kipchumba comes in more often. I like people who are really very strong-minded and give their opinion. I'd like to see SG Kamau angangane naye because they are diametrically opposed to each other as far as views are concerned. Anyway, thanks you, Jakes. I'll see you whenever you guys go live again.
Rebel, you know, before you go, Rebel, my people can come in. Those are the people I share the link to. But when they read on the comment section that they say, well, they're asking me, are you drunk? If someone is complaining on the comment section that you are drunk, and Jakes there is defending that person. Now, Jakes, now the moderator himself, is becoming and colluding with the person telling us I'm drunk, instead of coming in the debating side to tell us his opinion. But he can debate only being drunk. You understand?
Okay, Jakes, as long as Captain is making a point, even though if he seems drunk, let him finish his points.
You understand? Yes, what I mean. Because even someone has called me personally on my telephone that why comments is it that saying that you are drunk? Listen.
Jakes, stop calling people drunk.
That don't our people in comment section don't what I don't know. We've been in this platform, Jakes, before. We've been here.
Let me say this. Let me say
Kipchumba is talking. That is how someone expresses himself. But later on, you will see the clever fools in the comment section coming here to tell us he's drunk. Somebody's drunk.
Just one moment.
Don't worry about the comment section.
Just one moment. What my problem is this: I don't like anyone abusing anybody, whether in the comment section or even on the live panel. You see, I cannot control what people write, but I can control what people say. What people say, they say it live, like what you have just said. Yeah, that one I can control. I cannot. They are at the comfort of their keyboard, right? If we were to comment about everything that we read, my friends, tutashinda hapa. How many insults do you think zina flowingi kwa Twitter, kwa page ya president? How many? How often do you hear him respond? How many insults flow on the page of... Yes, one more. Listen. How many insults do you think flow in the page of Raila Odinga? So how many insults flow in our pages? So many. If we spend time reading and responding to all those nasty words, and really, I thought by now ungekuwa develop what we call a thick skin. Why? Because one, I don't think where umekunywa. That's the question you should ask yourself. If you haven't drunk, why should that bother you? Really? Why should that even make you feel bad?
Is there a problem, nikikunywa? Is there a problem? If I may ask you.
It doesn't, honestly, from where I sit, I really don't really mind whether umekunywa kama hujakunywa juu hiyo ni maisha yako. My issue is when you come to the show, I expect that you give your highest sense of decorum. You carry yourself.
Now,
listen.
Let us not discuss more about that, Jakes. Go something else that is even building our country. Tell Ramesi Yagon, if he has a problem with me, come to my inbox and deal with me personally. Don't come to comment section.
Can I tell you something? And I'll tell you after I
tell
finish
him
the
to come to my personal inbox and deal with me.
I'll tell you this after I finish the show. I will call you and I will personally apologize for any comment that has been said against you. And with that, please don't refer to the comment section. These are our viewers, eh? It is not a must they like us. Sometimes they abuse Kenya Rebel, but hey, sometimes they abuse.
I like it. I enjoy it when they do.
So really, I think Kenya Rebel, you should tell our good friend Captain, it's high time that you grow up here. Sorry to say that. and you stop minding some petty things. You know, like mind the topic. Jex amekupea topic kali, debate your topic. Ukikosa content, nyamaza, pause kama leo, we fuata show ukiwa ni message. But don't.
Jex, I wanted to say this. I want to see a matchup between Kipchumba and Makiadi. Really opposite.
I don't know if you saw that one between Captain and Kamau Jana. It was a good one.
Yeah. I saw Kamau. It was a classic, but I think I want to see someone who's like they're polar opposites of each other, like Makiadi or Alex.
It's always that, you know,
and Kipchumba.
like usually we had Alex and Stella, which was equally a nice one. So there's always so Bwana Captain, please just mind the show. Don't mind
Kipchumba leo
mind the show.
Kipchumba leo aliwararua bwana. Mpaka niko na I was like, what?
You like me yesterday and SG. And today I brought you SG, not SG, Kipchumba. I sent, in fact, I'm the one who sent him the link directly to his phone. You have a group who was in county and all whatever. And even this guy, Koros, he took the link from the group and he came here.
What group is that?
You are bringing people here and then they are told you are drunk, and then people will run away. But
sawa, Captain.
Discussing.
Captain.
If it is maumbile yangu vile naongea ni hivyo, hakuna change. Siwezi badilisha. Mimi naongea hivyo.
Unajua juzi someone told you to your face, stop drinking in the show. You are drinking something. You know, no one can tell if it has zero. Listen. Now, you see the problem. When someone looks at that, who knows? Tutajuaje? When we were in school, that's how we used to take alcohol. Unanunua soda lakini ndani iko na spirit ya 40%. So,
hata mimi nikikunywanga kahawa wanafikiri nimekunywa.
Kuna watu wanalewa hadi na kahawa. Unasikia Kenya Ribe leo ulewa na kahawa. So tutajua kama wewe unalewa na hiyo stuff. So don't
unalewa na Coca-Cola basi. Niambie niwache Coca-Cola.
Unaweza ikunyia nyuma ya tent alafu narudi kwa show. Si lazima uikunywe tukikuona. You know, some think you are taking alcohol. That's what many think and that's what they tell you. Umelewa.
Mwanzo ukianza kugombana.
Wewe ndio unafanya wanakuambia hivyo.
Have to refresh, bro. Have to refresh.
And unfortunately, let's not degenerate because this actually should happen. Show imeisha because the content is irrelevant. But this is the point. Stop drinking on live TV. Just go. You see, your room is big. Haijaishi hapo mali naona. Just go behind your camera. Ama hata ulalishe simu, or if it's a laptop, flap it. Take your drink, then come to the show without us seeing your glasses. Whatever it contains inside there, nobody knows. Inaweza kuwa ni black, lakini ni Black Daniels.
Wewe acha kungarisha na hiyo. Unangarisha na mambo
ni Black Daniels.
Lakini ulete Kipchumba kwa show tena. Nataka kukutana na watu wa Azimio. I want to see debates like this. I enjoy it.
Tomorrow I'll try to fix his problem. Akona shida kidogo ya internet. Tutaongea na yeye mchana tuone
wewe ndio ule msee, tutakuona vizuri. Pia sisi kama channel tuko na shida na internet. Tutakuona pia kwa sababu kuna venye tunasikia.
Wewe wacha hiyo mambo, wacha. Sasa wewe unaenda mbali. Tutaongea kesho.
Sasa, you guys have a fantastic one. Above all, thank you very much for tuning into Africa 24. But from here at Africa 24, we truly wish you a Merry Christmas. A Merry, fantastic Christmas. May this year be a fantastic one. Even as we wrap it up, we wish you another great one in 2024. May God see you through, just like He has seen you through this year. Despite the hardships and all, make it. Make it. You should tap yourself on the back that through God manage kumaliza mwaka. Asante sana kwa kuwa part of the show and
Christmas.
All right. From us to you and from our hearts to God's heart, may you be blessed and may you have a fantastic Christmas. Have a merry, merry Christmas and a fantastic year 2024. Here at Afrique, we guarantee that you will have content after content. Maybe we might not have live shows, but we will make sure you have something to watch. Continue subscribing, continue following our programs. We will have a show just to gift our viewers. Imagine a show just to gift, kuwapea mazawadi, no politics, nothing, just to gift you for subscribing to Afrique 24. So make sure you form the list by subscribing to Afrique 24. We will have a show before Christmas to award all our subscribers. Imagine, right? So make the list. That's how you just imagine. Subscribe for free, win a nice hamper. Asante sana. This is Afrique 24. We had a nice show. Despite it being a festive season. We had a good one. Asante sana, as always. I'm grateful. See you tomorrow. See you very, very soon. This is Afrique 24. From here, we wish you a Merry Christmas. But do this, subscribe to Afrique 24. Subscribe. Subscribing guarantees you very great prizes. Subscribe. And again,
Merry Christmas.
Mungu wa shetani, tasema uokoke.